This mother of 6 has been into bee farming for over 24 years, an activity she inherited from her father. As a woman, she says the challenges of bee farming in Fundang is not an easy nut to crack.
Why you see my hive just along my compound is because each time you install hives far away, like for example, we are closer to the grazing area, and the Muslim people, they believe that when they burn grass and the young one grow, the cattle will eat. So when you put them, when you install them there, they come and burn and you lost everything. And sometimes we take them far off, the thieves will come and harvest. By the time we are going to harvest, nothing is found.
Taking the opportunity when it was due, today she stands to represent the future of apiculture, especially for the women of her community.
During these early years of my life with bee farming, I was in trouble with women. So women could not believe their eyes seeing me doing this activity. So they were against me. Everybody was against me as far as women were concerned. In fact, I was a little bit, it just that I was bullied enough. If not, I would have abandoned the profession because women were against me. But today, I can assure you, because of my presence in beekeeping, I've trained many women and many women bee farming group. That is group made up only with women. So today, I tell you, there are many women involved in this activity now.
Thanks to the Association of Women Apiculturalists she heads, her locality and beyond can enjoy the variety of products born by her initiative.
We produce first of all the bee wax. After extraction, you have the body lotion, you have the body soap, you have the lip balm that women use in making their shosho. You have all type of things. You come out with shoe polish from here. You come out with wood polish from here after extracting the honey. This is good for rheumatism pain, back pains, and for elderly people. If you use this like your normal or after any farm work, you will not be having some pains on your body also. So I can say that people who get involved in beekeeping and are able to train up to this level where they will be able to produce this thing are coming out of poverty gradually.
The cry of the association, she tells me, is for a government hand of assistance to this group of women that comprise mostly widows.
The Central Regional Bureau of the National Order of Cameroon Contractors, NACOCAM, headed by Patrice Eugene, amongst other things, will rally all contractors in the Central region and supervise the execution of public contracts.
We, the contractors, we have to give our own contributions to make us arrive at the emergence of 2035. We are trying to put up people together, we're trying to put up contractors together so that we give the best of ourselves.
The Secretary General at the Central Regional Governor's Office has insisted on the need for the contractors to construct durable projects in the country.
They should use the forum to educate and sensitize all their members so that at the end of the day, they should improve on the quality of the infrastructure that they are going to construct for our country. Because we have the impression that with time, contractors tend to forget that they need to produce infrastructure of durable quality.
The National Order of Cameroon Contractors was recently created to ensure efficiency in the execution and follow-up of public contracts.
It was an impressive crowd of Christian faithful who turned out at the St. Raphael Parish in Namgal in the Ngulmakong subdivision to welcome Bishop Philip Alambarga. The visit of the shepherd of the Bolova Diocese was to check on the flock and see if the church was riding on the right path.
I'm very, very happy with the church in Namgal, and I wish that all the Christians of Cameroon maybe live in the faith in our Lord Jesus Christ.
The prelate on the occasion preached on the importance of loving genuinely, a message from the Gospel of John.
The Christians have to love one another, to love, to be in love, to live in love, and to do all in love. Love to God and love to all the people.
For the Christians, it was a great joy having the bishop in their midst.
It's a great moment to all the Christians to feast and to celebrate. I learned that try to give love and don't be ashamed to love.
69 Christians were administered the sacrament of confirmation, while the bishop prayed for love and unity to find a lasting place in the lives of the faithful.
Ils font désormais partie de la grande famille des enseignants. Les 397 lauréats de la promotion réunification de l'école normale supérieure de l'enseignement technique de Kumba ont été invités à être les 10 ambassadeurs de cette structure de référence créée en 2014 par le président de la République Paul Biya. La sortie de cette première promotion réunification riche en son a connu la présence de nombreuses personnalités administratives, politiques et même religieuses. Le patron de l'enseignement supérieur, un bon père de famille et un pédagogue, a demandé aux lauréats de toujours tendre vers l'excellence.
On leur a demandé d'être toujours compétitifs, compétents, intègres et patriotes. Et naturellement, ils doivent continuer à apprendre parce que la connaissance est une asymptote vers laquelle on tend toujours et qu'on n'atteint jamais.
Les vedettes du jour n'ont pas, à l'occasion, masqué leur satisfaction. Ils promettent d'être des enseignants exemplaires.
Je ne serai pas aussi d'enseignant renfermé, alors je sais que j'ai encore beaucoup de travail à abattre pour être meilleur, pour être bon, et j'espère que Dieu m'aidera dans ce sens-là.
Nous sommes les enseignants de la seconde génération, donc avec la nouvelle filière qu'est l'agriculture, nous sommes ceux-là qui devons inculquer dès la base les élèves de première année.
Le ministre et sa suite ont également pu apprécier l'ingéniosité des produits issus de ce moule, le moule N7 de Kumba. Auparavant, Jacques Famdongo a procédé à Mabanda à la pose de la première pierre du bâtiment pédagogique de l'N7. Et comme toujours, ces moments ont été colorés et soutenus par des danses patrimoniales et des cadeaux, signe d'une adhésion parfaite des populations de la Mémé au projet.
C'est ici, au lieu du Mont des Oliviers à Bouclé, que les deux frères, Bouba 14 ans, Arthur 10 ans et leurs camarades sont venus prendre part à une partie de nage.
Les enfants nous affirment qu'ils sont venus nager tous les 4. À un moment donné, ils ont voulu aller plus loin. Le petit qui les a amenés à la nage leur a signalé que ce côté est un peu profond, donc il ne s'hasarde pas là. Et l'autre a dit non, c'est pas difficile, c'est pas compliqué, il sait nager. Mais bizarrement, dès qu'il a mis son pied dans l'eau, le torrent l'a emporté et il a commencé à se débattre. Son grand frère, voyant donc cette scène-là, a sauté pour l'arrêter et lui aussi il est parti.
Le lendemain,
donc nous sommes arrivés ici depuis 6 heures avec les pompiers. On a essayé de fouiller tout partout ici. Nous sommes allés à près de 20 km après le pont. On n'a rien trouvé.
Le corps sans vie de l'aîné a été aperçu et extrait des eaux du fleuve Benue. Le second est encore sans nouvelles. Informé de la situation, le sous-préfet de l'arrondissement de Garoua 3e, Maïmouna Mole Moussa, est allé sur les lieux au bord du fleuve Benue. Les deux frères s'en vont, répondant ainsi à l'appel du destin, laissant la famille et les amis dans l'étonnement et la douleur.
Baïdjan se réveille, comme au premier jour. Des gestes permanents que personne n'aimerait voir s'estomper donnent de la vie à cette chaîne montagneuse enveloppée de son voile matinal. Hamadou Bello Bouba retrouve ses frères, ses liens avec ses racines donnent une force de vie incroyable à cette élite des Bororo. S'il a pu se frayer une place au soleil, c'est parce que sa maman a eu la force de l'envoyer à l'école pendant des années en cachette.
Le fille de 20 ans marié à quelqu'un de 50 ans, ça c'est pas accepté ici. Le garçon est marié à 30 ans et la fille c'est 20 ans, peut-être 20 ans, 22, 23. Mais beaucoup des enfants ici à Banjon, tous à l'école.
sa vitalité, Amadou Bello Bouba la dépense à plaider la cause de ses frères et partant de son peuple.
Besoin, le gouvernement donne beaucoup de support pour le pâturage, donner de santé à nos villages ici à Banjong. Et nous besoin, le gouvernement fait quelque chose, de donner l'électricité et l'eau et l'école.
Les conflits avec les agriculteurs se multiplient et la gestion des pâturages se complique davantage selon les confidences de ses deux compagnons.
Nous parlons avec lui. Quand nous buvons et mangeons le produit de la culture de comme quelqu'un à nous va prendre le problème de conflit à le sous-préfet. Il y a une commission.
Les changements climatiques opposent désormais deux mondes, celui du lait contre celui du grain, donc la sédentarisation.
La population autochtone, nous a bien ensemble parce qu'il y a mariage avec nous. Même dans la famille ici, il y a un petit enfant qui est né pour les Bororo et les Com.
Indiscutablement, cette rencontre prend un air de séparation. Jadis, c'est le troupeau qui trace le chemin à la recherche du pâturage. Les bergers doivent courir derrière. Mais avec la sédentarisation, ils suivent des couloirs réglementés.
Paroisse EEC du cinquantenaire ici à Makepe Cité en cette fête de la Pentecôte, le très révérend Jean-Samuel Hendio Toya préside ici son tout premier culte en sa qualité de président général de l'église évangile du Cameroun. Au nom du Christ ressuscité, il offre au milieu de cette communauté chrétienne le sacrifice d'action de grâce au cours duquel il scelle l'appel de ses 142 conseillers paroissiaux pour un mandat de 7 ans. Ici comme dans la plupart des églises et chapelles, la célébration de la fête de la Pentecôte a permis aux différents prédicateurs de présenter cette force agissante de Dieu comme le défenseur et la balise qui indique la direction du Père et du Fils et surtout qui réalise toutes les choses nouvelles comme l'a rappelé Christian Cardinal Toumi au milieu des fidèles de la paroisse Saint-Esprit de Bipanda Omnisport qui célèbre un triple événement, les fêtes patronales, le lancement des festivités marquant le cinquantenaire de la fondation par le père Richard Réby de cette paroisse et les noces d'argent de sacerdoce d'un fils de la paroisse, le père Michel Ngeko.
C'est le fruit du Saint-Esprit pour lequel nous devons être très reconnaissants à Dieu lui-même qui nous guide.
La paroisse entre à la phase 2 de son jubilé. Eh bien, on a commencé, on va achever, que chacun soit disponible à l'action de l'Esprit Saint.
À travers chants, méditation et actions de grâce, les 7 dons du Saint-Esprit ont été invoqués sur toute la communauté qui s'est engagée à vivre dans l'espérance avec davantage de pureté et d'énergie.
Welcome back on Hello Cameroon. If you're just joining us, you're not late. If you're just joining us, you're not late. It's actually in the first hour of the program, and there's still a lot coming your way. We just briefed you then what's been happening in and around the country in the past hours. And right now, oh, my producer jumped ahead of me. That's the guy I want to talk to you about, Misengo Francois. He's somebody who was born on July 17, 1949 in a village called Bonjo. It's in the Mongo in the Littoral region. And he learned to play the guitar, you wouldn't believe it, in the 60s. and he actually learned to play the guitar because he liked it, but he used it as a way to survive because back then his father had died much earlier and his mother was having a lot of difficulties putting him through school. So alongside going to school to be a stenographer, because that's what he ended up becoming, he played the guitar and taught people how to play the guitar, and actually people had to pay for less guitar lessons with him. He graduated, and as he worked as a stenographer, the guitar remained his passion. And of course in the 70s he joined a band called Los Calvinos. That's a band that was formed by Nelly Eyum in the 70s. He joined that band, and then his desire for music began to take shape. And then 2 years after he joined that band, that is, it's 1972, he released his first song. It was a success. And he only moved from success to success from 1972 to date. In fact, he's been singing, he has a career, a musical career that spans over 40, or should I say by now 50 years. And Misengo is known as a true success in Makossa because he started singing at a time when other rhythms were making hits in Africa and beyond, and he chose to go for Makossa and to vary the kind of singing that he was doing. Naturally, of course, today we decided to bring you Misengo in our retro clip. But before we get to our retro clip, though, I want you to get a little taste of what Misengo Francois served us during the 50th anniversary of Cameroon's reunification. We have some images of that video, and then we'll have our retro clip just behind.
C'est très difficile. Avoir un nom, c'est si facile. Mais un mari, c'est très difficile. Avoir un nom, c'est si facile. Mais un mari, c'est très difficile. Tu as tout le temps de bien réfléchir. À toi de choisir ce que tu trouves bon. Le foyer ou la rue, la nuit dans les hôtels. Si c'est ça qui te plaît, fais donc ta valise.
That dance step is from now. You should not wonder anymore. Miss Sengo started that thing, you know. All right, well, that's our retro clip of today. We hope you did enjoy that throwback moment. There'll be another one on Thursday. Stay with us about this time. You'll be getting it. Now, you must have noticed that for some time we've not had our talking points. Okay, we were in transition. We changed our phone number, and this is our new phone number, 66303 9233. 66303 9233. I'll repeat that, of course. Now, what we're doing is I'll be giving you the topic, a program before. So this is our talking point for Thursday. Have you listened, read, or heard comments about what the singer Malox Levibeur said about the late bishop? I have. If you have, please let us know what you think of those comments. If you haven't, then you have Tuesday today and Wednesday tomorrow to check out those comments and then react to them. Send your comments to our number 66303 9233 and we'll read them on Thursday in the program. And on Thursday, of course, I'll give you the talking point for Tuesday next week. That's how we'll be doing, so everybody has a chance to sit back and write something that we can share with the rest of the world. Now, talking about the rest of the world, what is the message that the stars have for everybody? Joyce Abigail has been reading the stars, and this is the message that she has for all of us.
Good morning, you all. The firstborn is Aries. Good morning to you. Today's overall outlook is positive for you, Aries. You can expect to focus on giving a little more character, expression, or enrichment to your domestic life. You may redecorate a part of the house or find new leisure activities for the children. Don't be reluctant to suggest something original. They would probably enjoy it. Second-born Taurus, good morning. A visitor with a few problems might come to your door in search of advice and sympathy, Taurus. He or she might also have some other news that could shock you. A professional crisis might make it necessary for you or your partner to spend most of the day away from home and family. This could be frustrating, particularly if you have to cancel plans. Hang in there. Third-born Gemini, good morning. Tasks of any kind are likely to seem like the labors of Hercules today. Overwork and strain could have you feeling a little under the weather, Gemini. It might be a good idea to take some time alone to rest. If you can't, at least try to take things easy. Also, some unexpected changes in your community might have tongues waging. Be sure to check out the facts before jumping to conclusions. Cancerians, good morning, Cancer. Money matters might be weighing on the mind of a close friend or lover, Cancer, and he or she might seek your advice. A creative project may require a larger expenditure of money, time, or other resources than you originally thought. This could make you wonder if you will be able to continue with it. It might take some tweaking on your path, but you should be able to complete it as planned. Leo, good morning. You might have visitors, Leo, or even a hot date scheduled for tonight. By mid-afternoon, you might feel too tired to go out and wonder if you should cancel. It's best to keep your activities low-key. Have coffee and cake at home instead of going out, and get the cake from a bakery. Your evening should be full of exciting, stimulating conversation. You will be glad you stuck with your plans. Virgo, good morning. Deliveries that you expect could be delayed, Virgo. Today, you might learn something shocking about your neighbor or relative. The gossip might spread rapidly through your community. This could have you railing, even though it might be exaggerated. You might visit a few people nearby or spend a lot of time on the phone trying to learn the truth. Don't take anything you hear at face value. Libra, good morning. Some good but surprising news could come your way today, Libra. Perhaps a family member or friend will call or drop by with a surprising development that directly affects you. In the evening, go out together and celebrate. Don't forget to include your special someone in your celebration plans. And on to Scorpio, good morning. Today may start out frustrating, Scorpio. Be prepared. Some equipment might go on the blink and it could take a while to get it fixed. A temporary separation from your partner could also be disappointing. You may have a lot of physical energy for which you have little immediate outlet. Take a long walk. This would not only provide an energy outlet, but also clear your head. Sagittarius, good morning. Your level of artistic inspiration is high today, Sagittarius. Dreams or meditation may bring up some spiritual insights and revelations, and you may promptly forget them upon coming out of your dream or meditative state. This could prove frustrating. Try writing them down even if you only remember snatches. This can help bring to the surface again. You would want a record of them. Anyway, now we are on to Capricorn 10-born. Good morning. Some upsetting news regarding money could throw you into a zither today, Capricorn. Perhaps a check you've been expecting hasn't arrived on time. Maybe the bank has made an error regarding your account. It isn't anything that can't be straightened out, though it's going to be a pain making all the calls. Basically, all should be going very well for you. this is only a temporary setback. Aquarius, good morning. A setback in your career might have you feeling disoriented, Aquarius. Equipment might be involved. Don't go crazy, it's only temporary. Your determination, efficiency, and practicality should take care of it in no time. Basically, you're probably feeling optimistic about the future and unlikely to change that energy anytime soon. Try not to worry about problems today. Spend time relaxing and enjoying the company of friends and family. Pisces, good morning. A delivery that you are expecting from far away might be delayed, Pisces, causing you to wonder if it might have been lost. It hasn't. Unfortunately, there isn't much you can do but wait. Mechanical equipment could also go out of whack, necessitating a call to a repair service. This could set you back and make you antsy. Try to find something else to do. That is it as far as your horoscope is concerned today. But guess what? Happy birthday! Those of you who are born today, let's talk your positive and negative traits. So if you're born today, these are some of the most eager natives, and their optimism can be contagious at times. Some others might believe they are too rapid to accept challenges and take speculations, but this is exactly what makes them glow and display their creativity. They are kind and altruistic beings, and not only with people they already know. They seem to path new settings rapidly in quiet and instinctual manner. Now for your negative traits, these natives are quite resentful and malicious and will really remember someone that has just said something wrong to them. They are quick to lose their temper, but at the same time expect the best to happen to them and people to understand them regardless of their exaggerated behavior. They are easily distracted and often find themselves in a situation to abandon things halfway through. So if you're born today, those are your positive and negative qualities. But enjoy, have a blast, and keep watching Hello Cameroon. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day to you, Joyce Abigail. And of course, if today is your birthday, you know, right? Grab it, hold it tight, and run with it. Don't let anybody take it from you. I want to say happy birthday to a few persons. Happy birthday to Nenen Dikum and Edna, all radiances. And of course, to Naduvi Violet. Naduvi is not in Cameroon at the moment, but I have no doubt that this message will reach her. Please, ladies, stop mourning and give thanks to God. I also want to say happy birthday to Emmanuel Sani. You didn't see that coming, right? Well, happy birthday to you. Therese Tande, of course, she's way over there in Chicago, but of course, I have no doubt this message will reach her. Happy birthday to you, lady. And happy birthday to Emmanuel Jungwen Vishiti. This is a colleague of ours here at the CRTV. And also to Kwanwi Victor and Fete Olive. Of course, if you didn't hear your name, don't worry. You know, we can't name all of them. What we do on Hello Cameroon is we'll open the window, push you through. So this is how you want you to spend your day today. Grab it, paint it the color that you want. If you want it to be blue like we are on the set today, you'll be seeing there's another lady sitting right here in blue. Paint it blue totally. Don't let anybody tell you. Want it red, make it red. At midnight, it will be another person's day. So please, when it's midnight, just shift. Give it to Cinderella. All right, enough about the birthday issues. Let's talk about Kupexans. You're wondering who is the Kupexan? All right, I've got a gentleman and a lady here. Let's start with who is Kupexan. We're talking about former students of a school in Kumba. You'll be getting the details immediately. But first, Silvanus, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
You are a Kupexan, and I want you to define a Kupexan for me.
Right, a Kupexan. I want everybody to listen to this because people like the easy way out. We are very accommodating. We are very open. Very simply, a Kupexan is someone who gained admission into the school and stepped into that school and learned one day.
One day is enough.
That's enough.
Because in some schools we hear people say you have to finish either a lower first section or a second section or a program. But for you, one day is enough.
One day is enough.
Even if you went through, like, you were naughty and
Yeah.
You were like, bye-bye.
And you were like, bye-bye, and they sent you off. You could always
You're
come
still
back.
a Kupeksan.
You're still a Kupeksan.
So these Kupeksans, over 1,000 of them, will be meeting in Kupa on the 10th of June for a great moment, their annual general meeting. And we have with us Agbo Mata Ipus Enokewa. Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm okay.
I'm happy to have you here. You're the second lady on the set who is wearing blue. I'm sure you out there, you're like, who is she? Of course. But it's not about blue today. It's about a special event in Kumba.
Yeah, Kochi, thanks for this opportunity. Actually, over 1,000 ex-students of PHS Kumba shall be converging into the school on the 10th of June, that is on Saturday. They are coming there to attend an extraordinary meeting. The extraordinary meeting has the purpose of installing their newly elected executive members, and to help in adopting an action plan covering the three-year mandate of the ESCO, of the newly elected ESCO. And above all, we shall be raising funds. We shall be raising funds to carry out some priority projects. Some of those projects which are going to create a positive impact on the lives of the students back in school, and to also give the school a new impetus. So that is in a summary the purpose of our having the extraordinary General Assembly in Kumba.
Okay. Well, if you just saw what I did there, that's the joy of watching live TV. There are moments like that we are wishing you didn't catch and then you catch. Please enjoy with us. Let's continue talking about Kupeksans. Martha Agbo, do you want to tell us about the activity? What's on menu? If you're bringing about 1,000 persons together, what would they be doing?
Yes, like I earlier said, they'll be coming together to raise funds.
Okay.
To help us carry out our priority projects that will impact lives back in school.
Okay.
And on that day, we shall be having a fundraising which will be launched by Senator Ote. Senator Ote will be the chairperson of the fundraising.
First, Ivanus, you want to add something?
Yes. The tendency again is that when people hear fundraising, they all get frightened. Same old things again. Sure, this is part of the wonderful life we've been living together. I want to mention that PSS Kumba was the first institution that was co-educational, totally co-educational. Okay. And you can see the example here. We feel very comfortable. There is no man who would be there without a woman. And this has given us a lot of openings, One thing we did in school was reading. And one book that had a great impact on us was the book called I Will Try by Lexin Kaira. And it was about a small young man who walked 2,500 miles from, Kenya to Sudan, and he traveled to the United States, just driven by this motivation.
I will try.
And you could see that we have a huge chunk of Kupeksans out there in the United States of America, in Great Britain, in Germany, and you can name it. So these people are out there, and they're all thinking about the school and coming back together, enjoying that fun that we had living together. This is the basic and the main thing. The fundraising, of course, is to get our children to live happily, to live in a very conducive
environment. And give them a better environment than the one you had.
The one we had.
Yes, and just to chip in one thing, our popular meal, dodo and beans, will be very present in the menu. So we are really going to have a great time.
Only for dodo and beans, I wish I was a Kupeksan.
You see, you're welcome. You're welcome.
So thank you so much, though, for coming, Martha and Silvanus, for coming on the program.
It was a great
We wish you an exceptional moment in Kumba, and that you get to raise a lot of money, because that money is going to make sure that the children who are in school this time or next year and the years to come will have a better environment than the one you and I and Silvanus and Martha had.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I'm going to take you to our Plant World page. You both know by now Par 5 for me. Do you, Martha?
Yeah.
I think he should be like the oldest resource person we've had on Hello Cameroon. He started with Hello Cameroon. He's still here. So Par 5 is here again, and this is what he has for you and I. Just stay with us.
another wonderful Tuesday morning. And I'm telling you, researchers, those who are sick of one or two problems, that this plant can heal. Here you have the remedy. This is last time I talked about the Jotopa. If you look at it, they're all of the same family. But there's a way to identify the difference. This one is hairy. If you look at if you look at this very closely, you see it is hairy. And the leaves are really divided. Have them here, 4. Then look at it. It grows hair. But the botanical name is 1. And the same as they call it. But what I want to tell you is this. This particular plant, from the experience I've had and the results from patients who have taken this plant, I want to tell you it's indeed a wonderful plant that we are giving Hello viewers. We are revisiting this plant. The roots, here I'm not talking about the leaves, because if you look at it, the liquid is almost the same, but there's some slight difference. The liquid of the white one, is thicker than this one, and you can get it in good quantity. Though you use the other one more for ear problems, and it's also good for venereal diseases, this one is wonderful, wonderful, but I don't think I will lose this one. The roots, you just take this. I don't want to lose this one now because I want to regenerate it. When you take the roots of this, you remove the roots, just cut it up, mostly the tap roots. So you have to grow it to be in good quantity. Here we can only go right down because the thing has reproduced. I brought this one that is growing here. This is the grandchild of the one I brought from Lusaka. You see, when you take the roots, you pound the root with just 1. I have seen it. I am not saying that it is a cure. I'm saying that it is management for viral problems. Because I've seen people who were weak, terribly weak, diarrhea, loss of weight, loss of appetite, and they take this one, and I want to tell you that it was wonderful. I had to pay, as I said, all of my per diem to get this after that lady presented it in the conference in Lusaka. And it has reproduced here. Unfortunately, I am not regretting how much I spent because I have seen it growing in Bafia and other areas, which therefore means it is in good quantity here in Cameroon. And it is good for Hello viewers to see. When they take it, we prepare, boil. We boil well, sift and give them. This time, it is in spoons. Listen again carefully. The desert spoon, the tablespoon, that's the desert one, take 5 in a glass and you drink. You continue like that for some time. In a month's time, you realize that your appetite has increased, your weight is coming back, the fever is disappearing. Please take note, I'm not saying that it has treated HIV. Yeah. That's a solution for that, but I'm telling you, well, let us say the opportunistic, infections or problems associated with it, it treats it. Most important, we don't want to die. We want to live. And if we realize most people are passing away because of the opportunistic infections. So, viewers, look at it. Researchers, that is it. Come up, carry out your research. I know most people have they have results on this. After the presentation of this, even the white lady who presented it in Zambia, it is because of research that she has carried out, and she came and gave us, presented it to us. I brought it to Cameroon, bought it, brought it to Cameroon, planted it, and I realized it is all over. So viewers, for this Tuesday morning, this is a wonderful 1 million francs plant. Pray the Almighty and ancestors to keep us till next Tuesday. We will be together. And let it be a happy Tuesday morning to all of you Hello Cameroon fans.
Hello, Papa. It's indeed a happy Tuesday over here. Thank you so much for being there again on Tuesday, and we have no doubt you'll be again there many more Tuesdays to come. It's holiday period already, and more and more on CRTV and other channels, you hear a lot about the education for children, how to approach them with different topics, how to approach them with different social, moral, academic issues. And I have on the set with me two persons. I'll start with a medical doctor who is here to talk about the launching and the signing ceremony of a book. It's called Livret Explicatif. But Dr. Nana Rudy Arnaud, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
You are a medical doctor.
Yes.
And do you want to tell us a little bit more about this booklet I'm having and the CD? What is it about?
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to express this idea. Actually, it's a book that is accompanied by a video, which is meant to inspire children so that they develop type of vocation in medicine.
Okay.
And secondly, give some common knowledge on general diseases. You know, in our population, we have many influences, and people when the children leave our homes, we don't know what they listen, we don't know how they influenced. So the parents can have a grasp of what the children actually, the intellectual orientation of their children with this type of product.
Okay.
Actually, it talks about a story of a macrophage and a bacteria. It's a type of love story happening in our system. Macrophage is an immune defense cell that falls in love with the bacteria. And when the children listens to this, he gets some medical terms. He gets interested in medicine. And this booklet, Livret Explicatif, comes to correlate this knowledge with the actual biological facts and make him get interested. And as the line continues, he will be interested alone by medicine. And you won't be needy to influence him more than that or oblige him to get interested in medicine.
You are part of a group of persons called Les Hommes Stylo. These are professionals in different domains, like you said, engineers, medical doctors, who have as ambition to bring academic and moral knowledge down to the level of young children. What is the language? What is the level of language in this CD?
Exactly. It has been broken down so that the people we are targeting.
So it's
children,
safe, and also it's edible. Let me put it that way for young children.
Yes, it is edible, and although there are the terms, the vocabulary that we have in the medical field, but it's actually broken down to the simplest form. When you see this video, what I'm talking about, you really get the point.
Okay.
And when you start reading the book, you get the idea. It's really broken down. And that's not the only thing we're targeting. The second point is information, general knowledge on public health diseases. You know, typhoid fever, chlamydia.
Chlamydia, which is written all over the walls of our cities.
And everybody just gets in there, says anything about everything, on all topics, without actually knowing what they're saying. So this book also has an ambition to precise, good knowledge, give real information.
Okay.
And actually, all these are bacteria. And you notice that this is a bacteria, you see? And so it's a kind of continuum where we start by a story and end up with real knowledge.
Related to that. Well, if you're like me, one of those persons who read about typhoid, chlamydia all over the walls and the streets of the cities, and you're beginning to wonder how exactly do you treat this, and what exactly is this chlamydia? Maybe you might want to know more by getting the CD, and also getting your children to watch that so that they can have a better chance of having a healthier life. But where is the launching ceremony, and how can you have a CD like that?
Okay, it's at Sous-Préfecture Tinga. I don't know whether I know the place.
Okay, let's just say it's going to be in the Yaoundé neighborhood.
Yes, Yaoundé, and then to have a copy is 2,000 francs.
Okay, so you might want to start by coming for the launching at Sous-Préfecture Chinga to get close to the persons who have this CD. But have your ears open and try to nose around for that information, because it's good for your health. Thank you very much, Dr. Nana Rudy Arnaud.
Thank you, too.
For coming on Hello Cameroon.
Very delighted.
Would you like some fruit to help you start your day? Banana, orange?
Banana.
Banana, okay. Well, let me see. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to move from Dr. Nana Rudy Arnaud to Brini Ngome, and we're still talking about children and the holiday. She's part of an association called iRaiser Cameroon. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Thank you for coming on Hello Cameroon.
Thank you very
All
much.
right. In a few words, what is iRaiser Cameroon?
Well, IRISA Cameroon is an NGO. It started a long time ago, but it's recently was introduced in Cameroon. Like the Ghanaians, they started a long time ago, and they say, okay, Cameroon too should have this opportunity. iRaisers help train people in skills, like we are raising people without exception, acquiring skills for a better tomorrow. So the bottom line is you pay a little sum of money, like 13,000 CFR. They train you in multiple skills, like they can train you in soap production, bathing gel production, antiseptic production, washing powder, yogurt, shampoo, bleach, pomade, pastries, bar soap, solar
and
panel,
so on and so forth. Leave the list, ma'am. Leave it. Just leave it. I already see where you're heading to. So, but tell me, what is your target? Who are the persons you want to train?
Well, I thought, like, during holidays, Easter term holidays, which is usually 3 months, it's very long. Students are at home. We thought we could target the student population. So parents should not leave your kids at home idling, getting into all kind of problems. So they should register your children so that they come acquire a skill and they can get something from it.
Okay. But is it exclusively children, or you're also...
No, it's for everybody. Even you can be a member of iRaisers, because we do the trainings on Saturday, every Saturday at a convenient time, maybe from 5 to like 8 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, so any person, is not only children.
Thank you very much, Brain Ngome, for coming on Hello Cameroon. I hope that you've caught the attention of many. Actually, you have my attention, and I'll be looking forward to maybe a moment with you.
That is not even all. After you acquire a skill, we'll give you a little certificate to show that you've obtained.
That you're equipped, yes.
Yes, then they give you a loan without collateral.
To start, in case you want to go into business.
Yes.
Oh, now you know, you nailed it.
Yeah.
Well, so please try to find out about, if somebody wants to get to you, do you have a phone number?
Yes.
What is your number?
670-1826. 38.
Okay. Well, if you missed that, don't worry. You can write us on Hello Cameroon and we'll try to get her number for you. Yes, Dr. Rudy, yes, tell me, you want to give your own number?
Yes, I want to precise that Saturday, the 10th of June at 1 o'clock, in Croisette, Fasu Prefecture, Tinga.
Okay.
You can contact me, 674-29-3800.
You gave it like a medical doctor. You know, you put right in a way that we don't read well, so give it slowly now, like push
Saturday, the 10th of June, 1 o'clock, Sous-Prefecture Tinga, Fasu Prefecture Tinga, La Croisette, that's where you have the book launching. And it is 674-29-3800.
Okay. One day I will ask medical doctors if they teach them how to write, because they write in the same way. But right now we can't do that. It's the moment that we give you a weather forecast on Hello Cameroon. If you're thinking of stepping out, please, this is how your outside should be looking like.
Hello Cameroon, this Tuesday 6/6/2017 we have the weather very shiny, 30 high temperature, 22 minimal and 27 medium in Yaoundé Sintor region. There is the rain littoral region in Douala. We will have 34 of high temperature, 26 minimal and 31 medium. The risk of rain up to 80% in the side of littoral. Let us go to the southwest region in Boya. We will have a high temperature of 31 degrees, 22 of minimal and 27 of medium. The risk of rain up to 100%. West region in Bafoussam show us a high tendency of raining, 27 of high temperature, 17 minimal and 24 medium. The risk of rain very present. Fourth North region show us 39 of high temperature, 27 minimal and 36 medium. A lot of thunderstorm in the sky. Mara will show us. In the north region, Gara will have 35 high temperature, 23 minimal and 32 medium. The sky will be very, very clear. But south region in Ibolova will have 29 of high temperature, 21 minimal and 26 medium. A lot of thunderstorm in the sky with the rain. Northwest region in Baminda will have 24 degrees of high temperature, 16 minimal and 21 medium. A lot of thunderstorm in the sky and the rain. East region in Betua will have 13 of high temperature, 20 minimal and 27 medium, the risk of rain up to 100%, so be covered. In the Damawa region in Gaoundere, we will have 28 of high temperature, 18 minimal and 24 medium, the risk of rain up to 80%. The sun will rise at 5:59 a.m. and lying at 6:23 p.m. Stay tuned on the CRTV channel.
Stay tuned indeed to the CRTV, and stay tuned also to the national station of the CRTV in case you're stepping out of your home and you're about to lose our TV signals. You can hook up to our radio signals. It's 88.8. That's the frequency number in case you're searching on your radio band. It's 7 o'clock here in the studio, and the man with the suit has come around. It's news time, and Elvis Teke is right here. Good morning, Elvis.
Good morning, Pochi.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
A great wake up today?
Yeah, quite a great one.
So it's 7 o'clock, and time for us to update you on what's been happening in and around the country.
Good morning, televiewers, and welcome to the news on the CRTV. Candidates sitting in the brevet d'études premier cycle BPC have begun writing in the French subsystem of education today. This is their final exams, and this comes a day after their counterparts of the English subsystem began the practicals of the GC Advanced Level Physics. And a General Congress for Blood Donors opens in Yaoundé today, and one of the main themes of discussion is the regular donation of blood to save lives, especially for people who have had accidents. Cameroon and Russia strengthen diplomatic and bilateral ties at the highest level. This is the focus of discussions in an audience granted the Russian ambassador to Cameroon by President Paul Biya. George Wane, State House correspondent, reports that the discussions also focus on the crisis in the Anglophone regions of Cameroon.
Nikolai Ratsy-Borinsky is no newcomer to the Unity Palace. Each time he is invited here by the head of state, Paul Biya, the subjects are diverse and the words are not minced. The audience of today, June 5, 2017, falls within the same thematic concerns and are a continuation of the previous talks the two personalities held on Thursday, January 12, 2017.
Son Excellence Nikolai Ratsy-Borinsky, ambassadeur de la Fédération de Russie.
Monsieur l'ambassadeur, bonjour.
Bonjour, Excellence. Vraiment, grand honneur. Pour moi, c'est grand honneur d'être à votre côté, vraiment. Merci.
Top on the list of the many topics of discussion remains the security challenges in the Gulf of Guinea. The Russian government is ready to stand by Cameroon in this challenge.
We've discussed, namely, some aspects of Russia-Cameroon economic cooperation, important aspects which needs of attention, personal attention of head of state, yeah? But also we mentioned security issues related to piracy, fighting against piracy, and disponibility of Russia to be among the international partner of Cameroon and of a regional community in this struggle.
Perhaps more topical is the handling of the Anglophone crisis by the administration of President Paul Biya. According to Nikolai Ratsy-Borinsky, Paul Biya should be congratulated on his handling of the crisis.
Moscow is very positive in assessment with the measures undertaken by authorities that we consider are both comprehensive, wise, human and flexible. And we hope that in this way the sustainable solution of the problem has been found out. We hope that English-speaking Cameroonian people share such vision of things. And so we are really supportive to the efforts of your authorities undertaken in this sense. for us important that this development has permitted to preserve the peace and stability in such an important regional country like Cameroon is.
Besides these subjects, the President and the Ambassador discussed a variety of topics, all geared towards the strengthening, heightening and fostering of relations between the Kremlin and the Unity Palace.
From the Unity Palace, let's talk energy supply now. The Minister of Water and Energy, Basil Atanganakuna, says energy supply will be regular and outages limited. He was speaking at the opening of the Joint Council of Ministers meeting and the energy pool for Central Africa. Luma Slim Davis tells us more.
The energy problem facing countries of Central Africa are identical. In view of this, the various countries are putting heads together to find common solutions that would guarantee sustainable energy for industrial and domestic use in the sub-region.
What we are expecting is to keep working together as African countries to benefit from the energy resources we have all over the Africa, so that if one of the country member of this power pool have enough electricity, it can exchange it with another one which doesn't have enough resources. So Rwanda coming back to this power pool, it's really helping it to develop, and also the other country members of this power pool will also benefit from our country in exchange of knowledges, techniques and so on.
The Yaoundé meeting examined deeply problems in the electricity sector and put forth recommendations aimed at bringing on board stakeholders in the public and private sectors for a lasting solution.
We have water resources, we have coal, we have peat, we have different sources of energy, but we don't have investment. So in this cooperation and power pool, we want to call the private to finance the project, also to interconnect, to construct interconnection lines within our countries, and the exchange of electricity will be smooth by having those investment regarding interconnection lines, regarding power generation plants and so on.
The extraordinary board meeting was also an occasion for Rwanda to comply to requirements for full-fledged membership of the body.
Cameroon joined the international community yesterday to observe the World Environment Day. In Douala, focus was on the protection of mangrove plants, which are under threat, and the reduction of the felling of trees. We have details with our correspondent from CRTV Littoral.
Cement Cameroon, one of the leading cement producing companies, partnered with the Littoral Delegation of the Environment, Nature Protection and Sustainable Development to carry out concrete actions to commemorate World Environment Day. As a model in environmental protection and sustainable development through its policy and measures put in place by management, Dangote Cement Cameroon used the day to exhibit achievements and secrets.
To us, the environment comes first, production comes second. Secret is that we deploy the latest technology in dust management, in energy management, and in overall efficiency.
Officials of the Delegation of the Environment, alongside associations specialized in environmental protection, joined Dangote staff to listen to exposés on their environmental management plan with regards to air, water and sound pollution.
The water is recirculated. It's a system, it's a closed circuit system. During the construction, the system was built in such a way that they put in a proofing so that the sound is attenuated. For air, we have filter bags. These bags are the most efficient. They are 99% efficient. And the technology that is used, these bags are maintained weekly.
Special facilities are also available to maintain a constant, clean surrounding, protect the flora as well as personnel.
We have planted enough flowers. We are still continuing to plant because we really want our plant to be beautified and look natural. They have a social welfare package that they give to all the workers, either monthly, quarterly or yearly.
Those invited for the event symbolically started the planting of 60 trees around the cement factory to mark the 60th birthday of the president and founder of Dangote, Aliko Dangote.
We now take you out of the country to say Cote d'Ivoire's Sue Sheikh Tiote has died at the age of 30. He collapsed during training with his Chinese club in Beijing. Meanwhile, some Arab countries have cut ties with Qatar, as Rita Makang tells us in our foreign news roundup.
30-year-old Sheikh Tiote, a footballer who played for the Ivory Coast and Newcastle United in the English Premier League, has died after collapsing during a training with his Chinese club today. Born in Ivory Coast, Tiote was part of the Ivorian squad that won the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations. Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Egypt and the United Arab Emirates have broken off relations with Qatar in the worst diplomatic crisis to hit Gulf Arab states in decades. The three Gulf countries and Egypt have accused Qatar of supporting terrorism and destabilizing the region. Qatar, which shares its only land border with Saudi Arabia, has rejected the accusations, calling them unjustified and baseless. Qatari citizens have been told they have 14 days to leave Saudi Arabia, Bahrain and the United Arab Emirates, while those countries also ban their own citizens from entering Qatar.
We now talk sports. The premier administration of the newly created National Football Academy of Cameroon have been installed. Carl Enongachu, the Director General, and Issa Ayatou, the President of the Board of Directors, were commissioned by the Minister of Sport and Physical Education, Bidung Pat. We have details with Gideon Tanzo.
By these handshakes, the Minister of Sports and Physical Education, Bidung Kwat, commissioned to their functions the new administrators of the newly created National Football Academy of Cameroon. Before a haul full to breaking point, the minister sent them to work. History retains that 42-year-old Enongachu, former coach of the Indomitable Lionesses, is the pioneer director general of the Football Academy, otherwise called ANAFUT. Interestingly, the new director general already has a plan of action.
We have to start by first coming up with an organigram and some other texts that will help us to know what to do. We have our main objective for the meantime is to make sure the academy is functional. For it to be functional, we must start by doing paperwork. And from today, we're going to be laying emphasis on that.
To guide him in the exalting task as the board chair is the seasoned sports administrator, 71-year-old former CAF and FIFA president Issa Ayatou. He would be expected to make use of his huge experience and connections to nourish and nurture the newborn baby. ANAFUT was created in 2010 by a presidential decree with the aim of training youngsters in football and its related disciplines. In 2014, the governing text of the body was signed. On May 24, 2017, the Director General and the board chair were appointed by the presidential decree. Monday's installation of the men in charge was therefore the logical combination of matters.
And ANAFUT will be having its temporary office at the complex of the Yaoundé Omnisport Stadium. That was the package we put together on this edition of the news. Stay tuned to CRTV. The next newscast comes at 8 a.m. with Martin Binge. Stay tuned to CRTV.
Till then, though, Hello Cameroon continues. Thank you so much for being part of it today. And I'll be looking forward to be with you again on Thursday. Do you want a banana?
You've already chosen.
Okay, but I could give you an orange as well. Would you prefer an orange? Which one?
Banana as usual.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
And see you on Thursday.
On Thursday.
Okay, but of course, he'll be back here tomorrow with our Francophone colleagues, but he'll be doing the news at 7 o'clock as well. All right. Well, let's give you music. This is the story about a boy who meets his soulmate and promises her the world. I don't know if he gets to, to deliver, but the song is called Kisheri, and I'm meant to understand that it's laughter or joy. This is Master Yen with a beautiful song called Kisheri. Just enjoy.
Baby, can I call you my lady? My baby, can I call you my lady? You see, you were driving me crazy,
money, Bella, Bella. Chop at you for Briska, buy soya for Jimmy. Hennessy, we go shot. Chop food for my baby. I go buy you motor, hey. May we go see your mother. I go buy you bonbon, hey. May we suck up together. I go bribe your baby, hey. Make it bless us forever. I go dance for Anna, make you dance for Master. I go buy you motor, hey. May we go see your mother. I go buy you bonbon, hey. May we suck up together. I go bribe your baby, hey. Make it bless us forever. I go dance for Anna, make you dance for Master. Take you go for my pay, 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 my pay, my pay. I go buy you motor, may we go see your mother. I go buy you mama, may we suck out together. I go bribe your baby, make it bless us forever. I go dance for Anna, make it dance for Master. I go bribe your baby, make it bless us forever. I go bribe your baby. I go bribe your baby. I go bribe your baby. Bribe your baby. Bribe your baby. Aha. Chupa. Aha. 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 Good job. Good job. Chaula kingam kibom mera tenjika. Chaule, chaule, chaule. Ay 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 ay. Chaule, chaule, chaule. Ay 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 ay. Chaule gashinga bom mera tenjika. Ay 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 ay. Chaule, chaule, chaule. Ay 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 ay. Chaule nana bom mera tenjika. I go buy you motor, I go buy you bonbon, I go call you my lady, I go dance as we go. King bom mera tenjika, king bom mera tenjika, nana bom mera tenjika, gashinga bom mera tenjika.
Guess you've been listening very attentively to all the promises Master Yen made in that song. I want to tell you, a boy in love will promise you everything, and those promises is only for those who believe in them or until you see them. Master Yen, thank you for a beautiful song. It's called Kisheri, laughter, they say, or joy. In love, there's always laughter, you know. It's a love story between us, between me and you today. So that's why we're sharing laughter and joy. Now let's give you the headlines and the top stories in some of the papers you might want to grab when you step out of your home. Baldwin Sama has been going through a lot of the papers, and he's here with some titles for you. Good morning.
Good morning, Pochi.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
The laughter I'm sharing, is it reaching you?
It is. I'm contaminated.
You're contaminated.
Yes.
You see, look at us on the screen. We're having the same color. We could just continue from here to the mairie or to... Unfortunately. No comment. But enough of that. Give us the titles, though, or the headlines that have grabbed your attention today.
We have so many stories that do run through our newspapers this Tuesday morning. We begin with our own bilingual daily, Cameroon Tribune newspaper. On its front page, it talks about relations between Cameroon and Russia, cooperation ties with emphasis laid on security. The President of the Republic received an audience yesterday at the Unity Palace. The Russian ambassador to Cameroon, His Excellency Nikolai Ratsibowinsky. It was an opportunity, as per what is published in this edition of Alone Bilingual Daily, daily for both persons to talk about the imminent joint military maneuvers for Russia for countries in the sub-region, and her own key role to play or to help Cameroon in the ongoing fight against maritime piracy. Read that story in this edition of Cameroon Tribune newspaper, talking about the audience granted by President Paul Biya to the Russian ambassador to Cameroon. Still in today's edition of Cameroon Tribune newspaper, we talk about the installation of newly appointed officials of ANAFUT, the Cameroon Football Academy. Carl Enongachu, the Director General, and Issa Wayatu, the board chair, were installed into their functions yesterday at the Yaoundé Multipurpose Sports Complex in a ceremony presided over by the Minister of Sports and Physical Education. That you can read as one of the stories in this edition of Cameroon Tribune newspaper. We leave that paper to talk about today's edition of Mutation newspaper with this investigative report, the absence of sufficient blood banks in hospitals in Cameroon, production and Mutation talks about the production and distribution of pipe-borne water in Cameroon and the key role the government of Cameroon is playing as far as the production and distribution of pipe-borne water these days. Hitherto, it has been a serious concern for inhabitants of different neighborhoods in the 10 different regions of Cameroon, but the government of Cameroon has taken that as a key responsibility to ensure that the population, they have access to pipe-borne water. What will they do in the days ahead? With that in this edition of Mutation newspaper that paves the way for us to talk about today's edition of La Voix. La Voix newspaper talks about the absence of enough blood banks in hospitals in Cameroon and is asking the question, what may just be some of these solutions to put an end to this absence of blood banks in the different hospitals that has been noticed so far in Cameroon. The Guardian Post newspaper takes us to talk about the trial of Catholic bishops and in Bamenda yesterday, and the moderates of the Presbyterian Church in Cameroon in Boya yesterday. We're trying as much as possible to explain to us that Christians overpowered intimidating security presence in courts in Bamenda and in Boya yesterday. This edition of the Guardian Post newspaper gives us an idea as to how Christians, Catholic Christians, mobilized in Bamenda alongside Presbyterian Christians who mobilized in Boya yesterday to support their church leaders when caught yesterday. And the paper explains to us that the respective cases have been adjourned to July 24, 2017. Read that story as you get a copy of today's edition of the Guardian Post newspaper. The Horizon newspaper is asking the question, has Agbobala rejected the unconditional release offer? As per what is published in this edition of the Horizon newspaper, it says he is quoted as insisting on an unconditional release for all comrades in arms, but Benan Muna, who happens to be the lead counsel, says controversy is fueled by those enriching themselves on the struggle. Read that in this edition of the Horizon newspaper, as the latest edition of the Post newspaper talks about the death of iconic veteran sports journalist Zakarinko, who died last weekend at Mount Mary Hospital in Boya in the southwest region of Cameroon. We are talking about the Post newspaper. Zakarinko, who worked for CRT for several years, renowned sports commentator, who died after suffering from a brief illness in Boya in the south region. It has reactions of some former colleagues of Zakarinko and some young sports reporters who got inspired to embrace sports reporting thanks to Zakarinko in this edition of the Post newspaper. As we end with the latest edition of the Sun newspaper talking about the bilingualism and multiculturalism commission, saying that the commission goes silent after installation. As per what this paper says, it's a first official meeting scheduled for June 2 this year, 2017, but has been postponed indefinitely. Has the commission gone silent ever since the members appointed and were installed? That is the question. That's the latest edition of the Sun newspaper is asking in its publication for this Tuesday morning.
Thank you very much, Borden Sama, for coming on the program.
You're welcome.
And for giving us an early read of what the papers have for us.
You're welcome.
I'll be looking forward to another moment with you on Thursday. Meantime, though, have a beautiful day ahead.
A better one for you.
All right. Now let's go to our legal slots and, well, let's see what our producer has for us.
Well, professional confidence is basically the fact that when you come across information as a result of your profession or a duty, you have you don't have to disclose that information to any third party without authorization from the person who gave you that information. Basically, if you give any information that was given to you or any information that you come across as a result of your profession, you don't have to give that information to any third party. Obviously, there are exceptions to the rule, but generally, if you get any client in front of you as a lawyer who gives me information.
The joys of live broadcasting. You know, if you're watching us and you're watching all of this, please enjoy, smile. That's how it happens, right? Some days, even on the best of TV stations, you catch moments like that. Well, unfortunately, our apologies to Barrister Hale. We'll definitely find a way to repair that and give it back to you and give it back to our viewers the way it should be. So, we just had a few seconds of our legal slot, but that should do for today, we pray. We're going to move to the East region, where Mati Mabu is talking to us about a sports complex that's going to be erected at Bag of Feet. Please, let's stay and discover this project together with Mati Mabu.
Welcome to Bag of Feet. We're in the East region of Cameroon, where not long from now, as you are seeing right here, we're going to have another sports complex, one of the most modern in the East region of Cameroon. We're very privileged to have the Deputy Director of the Civil Cabinet of the Presidency. You can see behind me there, he's out here, Joseph Lay, and we are privileged to have the President of FECAFOOT, Mr. Tombi Aroko. As you can see us here, they are talking together, and they are trying to show us exactly this wonderful project, as you are seeing here. Not long from now, we're going to have 4 stadiums here, one principal with 3 other ones with a tennis court, basketball court, volleyball, and handball. And the goal is to accompany the head of state in his big infrastructural projects for sports. So this project that he decided to put into place is an individual project, but he's calling upon other people to try to witness as well. Also with the Secretary General of the Federation, who is out here with us, who would take an advantage to greet and say hello on CRTV. Hello and welcome to the East Region Bag of Feet.
Hello, sir and ladies. I'm very happy to be here.
You are here to see this project. Are you impressed with what you are seeing?
I'm impressed, but we have to say that the project is first humble and not based on financial means, but in project management initiative. That's why we are here to encourage the promoter. It's not based on money, it's based on the fact that he is thinking future. Yes.
So, FECAFOOT's policy towards encouraging individual, is this initiative, like, is it only for the East region or also for others in Cameroon?
It is nationwide. We are waiting for promoters to take advantage of their initiative to build up this kind of project. Okay. Because our aim is to promote football everywhere it can be played.
And one message to all the people of the East region who are waiting eagerly to have more infrastructure like this?
The president just said that the state can build infrastructure, the federation can come with its help, and also private initiative can be of good incentive to the football.
Inhabitants of the East region will not long from now benefit from a multi-purpose sports complex at the Bag of Feet village at the Upper Nyong division in the East region. This vision by the Deputy Director of the Civil Cabinet at the Presidency, Joseph Lay, comprises of 1 Olympic and 3 annexed football stadia, a basketball, volleyball, tennis, and athletics pitch. FECAFOOT President Tombi Aroko, who paid a courtesy visit alongside FECAFOOT Secretary General Blaise Musa, were very impressed with the work and investment done so far and promised to give their support till the multipurpose sports complex becomes a reality.
I came here just to encourage the Minister Le, who has decided to build this stadia, because, you know, FECAFOOT, one of our main ambition is to encourage all those who are putting in place those projects.
The brain behind the project, Joseph Lay, is optimistic and hopes that donors, partners, and people of goodwill will help him make Bagofit Sports Complex a reality.
First of all, I want to say thanks a lot to the president of FECAFOOT for taking some of his time to come and see what we are trying to build here. This place is a family place. I thought, me and my child, we thought that we should try to do something to help the youth of the eastern region. You know, during the holidays, they are not well occupied. They try to do anything, but unfortunately bad things. That's why we thought we can try to create something to help them. When they are on holidays, they can come here and play. They can come here. Maybe tomorrow we will also have some Eto'os, some Roger Millers, and so on, coming from here. It's a kind of dream, but we hope that with the help of friends like the president of FECAFOOT, like the National Olympic Committee, why not CAF and FIFA? Because the aim is to try to decentralize such infrastructures all over the country.
The visit ended with a tour to the multimedia conference hall, the restaurant, and the site that would host visitors and sports teams once the project is over. That is how the climate is out here in Bagofit City, and it's a sports complex, and we hope that they will follow the initiatives that you can see out here. Well, this is Martin Mabu, alongside with the team, Sandong, the Chief of Station, Kevin Bundayong, alongside our driver, Biwole, and Denny Amang. Till then, hello.
Hello, Matimabu. Now, what was that pose for? Like, what? Have a beautiful day, bro, and enjoy today. I mean, it's the early hours of the day, and we're wishing you a lot of freshness, a lot of smile, and a lot of kisheri. I'm meant to understand that it's laughter. There's a bouncer boy who is going to come on this program in a short, 2 bouncer boys, and they'll tell us what kisheri really means. Till then, though, let's talk with Charles Ebune. Charles Ebune today, we're still looking at a very sad story. Sure. The passing away of a prelate. And before I get to you, though, I just want to remind you watching us that our talking point is back, our phone number is back, and our number is 6630 39233. Now, what we're doing is I'm giving you the topic today, you comment, and then we'll read it on Thursday. On Thursday, I'll give you the topic for Tuesday. On Thursday, we want to know from you, what do you think of what the musician or the artist, I don't know how else to call him, Malox de Vibeur said about the prelate? If you haven't heard about it, go read it and then send us your reaction. We're very anxious to know what you think. But then, Charles Ebuneg, good morning once again.
Good morning, Pochi.
Tell me what's on your mind.
Oh, well, Jean-Marie Benoit Bala.
Sadly, yes.
Sure. Well, last Tuesday we concluded that the bishop was not dead, that he was missing
until further notice.
Those were the facts at the moment. On Friday we concluded that the bishop was of late after the security and Catholic authorities confirmed that the body, which was found on the banks of River Sanaga,
was indeed his.
Yeah. So it is time for investigations to establish the real truth of what happened. And investigators will be looking at some key elements. The first issue that investigators will be looking at will be his phones. Now, I'm made to understand that the bishop, the late bishop of Bafia, had 2 phones. that will be the job of the judicial police to look carefully who called him last, at what moment, what they discussed, and how they concluded their discussions. The next issue they will be looking at will be his footsteps and the car. That will be the job of forensic scientists to establish the last movement he made, so that they can really trace the way he moved and what kind of movements he made, and those who were beside him during the movement. It's not going to be an easy task, knowing that the car was found far a bit from where he was living. The next issue investigators will be looking at are the people, his entourage, his team,
the secretary, the aides,
the cook, the driver, all those who are around.
We must say, though, not necessarily because they have something to do with it, but just because they could have last-minute information.
Absolutely.
About it.
Nobody is indicted at this level. I have to put that information clear. But those are elements
people
that
could give information.
Absolutely, and those are elements that will help build a case to establish the truth. The other element investigators will be looking at will be his motor remains, and that will be the job of medical doctors, and not any kind of medical doctors. Medical doctors specialize in carrying an autopsy, so they have to really look at what happened to the body, to know whether it was murder, if it was poisoned, if it was shot, if all those elements...
If it was mutilated.
All those elements have to be looked at carefully. And when all of that must have been done, we will be capable of knowing if it was murder in the cathedral. For those who did murder in the cathedral by one Weston Elliot.
T.S. Eliot, yes.
Yeah, some of us who did murder in the cathedral in high school, or any other element.
Or just one other tragedy.
Or just
in the Catholic Church.
In the Catholic Church.
Or in the church.
Or in the church. Or in society.
Or in Cameroon.
Or in Cameroon. So all those elements, we need to be patient. These are not investigations that are made today and published tomorrow, because you don't want to accuse somebody carelessly, and you want to make sure that what you are giving is not condemned tomorrow.
Charles Ebune, you've mentioned a word that I'm sure aches a lot of people: patience. Because when you read all what I've been reading on social media, and it's unfortunately where all of us have to pass.
I'm just happy you said social media, because
it looks like patience has gone through the windows.
Yeah, and you made mention of Malox. I need to doubt that what was found on Malox's Facebook account was not a hacked Facebook account for somebody to indict him, because somebody can hack your Facebook account.
Okay, so you're giving me...
Yeah, sure. You know, somebody hacked my Facebook account one day and wrote that Charles Ebune has resigned from CRTV, and at 5 a.m., I was called from Washington by a friend. What is happening? What happened to you? I said, what is happening? That you just resigned. I said, where did you read that?
That should be another
That you should be... Look at your face. I saw that on your Facebook account. I said, that is another Charles Ebune. What I'm trying to say is that investigate issues of this manner, you don't just conclude. I want to remind our audience, for those who are not patient, that the Pope died in the Vatican in 1978, just 33 days in office. To date, we are still waiting for a complete investigation.
In fact,
that Kennedy died in 1961, 1963, to date, we are still waiting for a complete...
Thank you very much.
So we have
Charles
to be patient.
Ebune,
we have to be patient.
It's a hard moment for Bafia. It's a hard moment for Bankomo. It's a hard moment for Catholics,
for
and
everybody.
For those who knew, work with, or in any way feel affected by this incident. And patience, indeed, is something that we need to hold very, very dear and close to our heart, especially as it has to do with church matters. When you read social media, you hear people going very viral, but patience.
I think they are doing their job. That is the job of social media.
I do not subscribe to that, but
you and I should equally do our job. They are doing their job.
Thank you for being on the set today, and please catch an orange. No, catch. Oh boy, catch. You want to catch with the mouth.
Pentecost is over.
Mbatu women will give you a beating of the century
if
you do not put
for the Mbatu women years back.
If you do not put the mortar and the pistol back where it's supposed to be here. Okay, I will not throw. Let me roll this. This guy from. Are you from Kope Maninguba? Wherever you're from Dian. If you are watching us from Kupe Maninguba or from Dian, hello. Let me say like Power 5. Chasebune, see you on Thursday.
You now understand why I say I can be here just like I cannot be here.
Mudfish.
The bishop got
I heard his head and then I had his stills. But let's go laugh some more on the program. Now, do you sometimes, when you're in the mini city, you know these buildings for students, you step out and you come back and your laptop has gone, or you sleep and you get up, the window is open and the TV screen disappeared. Well, watch what happens to one of such people who go into mini cities at odd hours doing odd things. This is our drama page on Hello Cameroon. Okay, so next time that idea crosses your mind, like to do those odd things at odd hours, just think for a moment that if you step out there and you had a welcome team waiting to say, welcome, sir, please just come closer. All right, so thank you very much to all those who help us to have comedy and drama on Hello Cameroon. Please keep them coming. If you're one of those who make people laugh, share with us. We're actually looking and earnestly waiting for you to be part of Hello Cameroon. But now let's have a guest. And today, Moki Edwin Kinzika has gone far to get a guest who is quite near to him, because they kind of greet in the same dialect or language, but this is a top notch. Moki Edwin Kinzika, good morning.
Good morning, Pochi. Can I comment about the drama there?
Yes,
the guy saw the crowd with the weapons they had. He said, please call the police. Prevent the police.
I'm telling you that, please help me, call the police.
The thing is, asking you should call the police.
But before that, though, what does Kisheri mean? You want to say the right thing, because I'm going to be asking your guests as well what Kisheri means.
Being happy, always joyous.
We should call this show Kisheri. Well, though, but you're here with a friend of Hello Cameroon and a top notch, I would say. Do you want to introduce him first?
Yes, Ngali Mujini. He's the chairperson of the Peace and Security Cluster of the African Union Economic, Social and Cultural Council. That is number one. He's the focal point of the International Action Network of Small Arms for Cameroon. That's number two. Number three, Secretary General of the Central African Action Network on Small Arms and High or Light Weapons. And then use of the Youth and
Cameroon Youth and Students Forum.
Welcome, Eugene.
Thank you so much.
Welcome again, Eugene.
Thank you.
Now, I just want to indicate that you were re-elected the chairperson of this continental structure in the month of, that's this year in about March. After serving a 2-year mandate.
Yeah.
How did it go about? That should have been in Addis Ababa?
Well, it's a whole process and a difficult one, because, you know, you have all the 55 member states of the AU that are represented in ECOSOC, with at least two representatives from each country. And we have 10 clusters that work in ECOSOC, and you are elected for a mandate of 2 years. Your re-election will depend on the work you did on the ground. And there was quite enormous work that my cluster Peace and Security did.
What did you do?
Basically engaging with the other organs of the AU, particularly the Peace and the Security Council of the AU, in trying to, or in coming up with a roadmap for silencing the guns in Africa by 2023. Equally, we were able to bring the civil society together in a forum to operationalize the Livingstone Formula. The Livingstone Formula is that formula that permits the civil society to be able to fully participate in the promotion of peace, security, and the stability of Africa. And we are presently working on other issues around terrorism, violent extremism, and the illicit proliferation of arms in Africa.
We're talking about light arms, and I'm very interested in knowing what is your take on Cameroon. What is our situation when it comes to the possession and the use of light arms?
I think our situation is bad now. Many years ago, no one saw this as an important
as a threat
issue or a threat. But since the past 7 years or so with the Boko Haram, it's been a bad situation, because now we get the arms that come in through the Boko Haram elements, the Coupe de Route, and the armed gangs. And because of the porosity of our frontiers, we are now getting the arms everywhere, circulating everywhere. I think we've had quite a number of incidences that have been as a result of the use of arms. But equally, we need to improve on our legislation.
No, before we get to the solutions, when you talk about small arms and light weapons, what do you mean? I know Boko Haram fighters use, but heavy guns.
Do you want to name some of those that you qualify as light arms?
Light arms.
Well,
weapons.
I don't think Boko Haram use only heavy weapons. The bulk of the weapons that are used and that cause havoc in this world are the small arms and the light weapons, because these are the arms that are easy to be gotten. Small arms are all the arms you see around: the den guns, the pistolet, the AK-47, and all other arms, small arms or arms that you see on daily basis. Heavy weapons will be weapons that will be used by more people. For example, if you take missiles and missiles launchers, you take war helicopters, aeroplanes, warships, these are the heavy weapons. But the small arms are those arms you see on daily basis.
I was just wondering, you started by saying silencing the guns. Is that possible? Is it a feasible dream? Because people need guns for protection. How do you silence them?
Well,
and many people are earning a living because they produce those arms.
You may need guns for protection. That is true, and that is correct. When you follow the legislation and you're given the right to have that weapon. But when the weapon becomes an instrument of destruction, then it becomes dangerous. And this is what we're talking about. The military, for example, the police, for example, they have the right to own arms. But once those arms get into illegal hands, that's where they become dangerous, and this is what we're talking about.
Well, you were talking a while ago about the fact that the situation in Cameroon is beginning to be worrisome. And when somebody like you says so, I'm tempted to ask you, so what do we do? Like, what is the way forward?
Because Cameroon has signed there are so many conventions, the Kinshasa Convention on small arms and light weapons.
The way forward is there. I think Cameroon has been highly involved in some of the sub-regional diplomacies around these issues. Recently, we had the COP.
Is it not beyond diplomacy now?
Like we had the ONSAC, which is the UN Permanent Consultative Committee on Security in Central Africa. And what does Cameroon need to do?
Is it still at the level of signing more conventions, or
no,
practically there is something
you sign,
to do?
But you need to implement.
Okay.
I think one of the greatest conventions we have in Central Africa now is the Kinshasa Convention.
And how many countries have ratified? Because not all the countries have ratified.
You sign,
yeah,
and
the
then
Kinshasa Convention apparently is a young convention, which was adopted in 2010. And the good news is that Cameroon ratified this convention in January 2015. So far, we have 7 countries that have ratified. It was expected that after 6 countries, once we get 6 countries ratify the treaty, it goes operational. So,
but nothing makes it law in the country that has not ratified it.
No, in February, no, it becomes binding, even for countries that have not ratified once it goes operational. So, and Cameroon has the duty of implementing this convention. there are quite a number of requirements that Cameroon is expected to do in implementing. For example, setting up a commission, a national commission for the control and management of arms that should be able to oversee activities of this convention, appointing a focal point in charge of this, and so on and so forth. Doing tracing, marking and tracing its weapons in such a way that if weapons get missing, it's easy to find those weapons. There are quite a number of articles in this convention. But apart from that, there is also the Arms Trade Treaty, which is a global treaty on the production and the sales of arms. Mm-hmm. The difference between this particular treaty and the other treaty is that this one deals basically on the trade in arms. And it's because the trade in arms have been indiscriminate that we've had all the havoc we've had in the world over the years. So the Arms Trade Treaty, Cameroon for the moment is a signatory and is looking forward to ratifying. I know they've gone very far in that process, and it's important for them to ratify, because the Arms Trade Treaty, being a global treaty, is that kind of treaty that will permit Cameroon facilitate support for Cameroon for its security issues.
We're going ahead talking of treaties, international conventions, and something. We could start from the base. I remember sometime you launched a campaign on toy guns that are not supposed to be used during Christmas and end of year, so that parents should not give those to their children as gifts to inculcate violence in their minds when it starts. How far did you go with it?
Yeah, thank you, Adrian, for recalling. We launched this campaign in 2001, that is many years ago. And in 2005, we are a winner of a Continental Award by King Mohammed VI and the UN on youth-led initiatives in promoting the MDGs. And ours was campaigning against the illicit proliferation of war toys and firecrackers, and violent films within the youth milieu in Cameroon. I would say by 2005, there were basically no war toys in Cameroon. They are beginning to come back. And that is the outcome of that particular campaign.
Did I hear they're beginning to come back?
They are beginning to come back. So we need to get back to this campaign again. They're beginning to come back. And you know what the consequences of war toys to children, violent films to children. They want to emulate. They want to be like those they see in those violent films, like the Rambos and so on, which inculcate a culture of violence in them. So that's where we are with this project.
Can this not as well be tackled differently? I'm looking at a society that gives age ranges to different things. Because when you talk about violent films, we are not going to be able to stop the production of certain kinds of films. But shouldn't our society be able to protect young viewers or young...
I think that is already happening in Cameroon, and we don't need to go back to that.
Do you want
National Communication Council is doing a lot of work on this, trying to make sure that what we have on our TV screens are really censored, and I think more could be done on that.
Eugene, but is asking, you work with the youths. The National Communication Council will make all of those reforms and anything, but back at home, how many parents will sit? Do you sensitize them to say, okay, this film is
and
if
beyond,
you're not 16, you will not be able
beyond
to watch
the media, they watch them on their phones, on the streets.
Information is just at the click of the mouse.
Yeah, so
how do you get to those?
It's well beyond that, right?
Yeah, it goes beyond that, but I think it starts with government policy too, which is the highest, and then we get to reinforcing that. But you know, like you say, bringing up children at home is very important. What you say to your children matter. What you present to them matter. For example, in terms of toys, if you present to them educational toys, you know, it changes the mindset of that child, as compared to when you give him a war toys or kind of violent links to their social medias. You know, it changes the mindset of that child, and so therefore, you know, upbringing matters very much. But like I say, government policy too is very, very important in all of this.
Eugene, you work at continental level, and I'm sure you're working with your peers from Chad, Central African Republic, that has heckled Cameroon in all of this trouble. And as we speak now, it is a main problem in the Central African Republic. When you meet to discuss with them and talk about the porosity of the borders, you said, what do you tell them? What do they tell you they're also doing in their own countries to stop these arms from coming into our own country, Cameroon?
Well, It's really a difficult question because once a country gets to an upheaval, it becomes difficult. Things fall apart. And our peers who are there, they are doing the best to raise awareness to the public, to the Central African public, on the consequences, at least by showcasing some of those consequences of the misuse of arms. But you know, the international community and all of us, we also have a role in making sure that we support them and making sure that we don't get to such situations.
What direct assistance do you get from the government, from other partners? Do they work with you? Because going on to do this needs enormous resources.
Yeah, I think we've had very great collaboration with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And just to say, from January to February, January to April, my organization, the Cameroon Youth and Students Forum for Peace, had a project where they had to mobilize key government ministries, parliamentarians, journalists, and the civil society, especially on the universalization and implementation of the Arms Trade Treaty. And we worked very closely with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of External Relations, and we've been doing this for the past almost 20 years today. So it's a great support from the government.
Looking back at what you've done so far and what you see as your vision going forward, what advice would you give those who are interested in fighting arms in any way? Let's start with light arms.
Yeah, I think the first advice is that of making sure that you advocate with your government, because you say elsewhere, to be able to ratify the necessary instruments and implement, because ratification is not enough, implementing. But equally, as a civil society, get the civil society involved, because it is the civil society that get to touch the grassroots. Once you can get the civil society, if you eliminate them, you look at most of the conflicts, who are those involved? They are the people down there, and these are the people that are in touch with the civil society. So once you can do that, I think you could get to the level of preventing conflicts. You could get to a level of preventing the illicit proliferation of arms, because the grassroots will be able to report on any happenings, on any infiltration and so on and so forth. And I think Cameroon is doing wonders on that. We now have what we call the vigilante groups up in the extreme north, and since these groups were put in place, these are civil society, these are grassroots people. There's a lot of improvement in relation to the Boko Haram incursions in the various areas in the extreme north of Cameroon.
One weapon you have now to fight against all of this is a UN action plan on small arms. How do you factor it in here?
Yeah, the UN action plan on small arms is a program that was adopted in 2001 by the member states of the UN. And this is a program that facilitates, experience sharing on how arms are managed in our various countries and so on and so forth. And of course, Cameroon is part of it, since Cameroon is a member state of the UN. And states are expected to submit reports every 2 years on what they're doing on this. And every 6 years, there's a review conference on this. Next year, there's going to be the third review conference on the UN Action Program on small arms and light weapons. And all the other programs that we have on small arms are emanating from this UN program of action. The Central African Action, the Kinshasa Convention on Small Arms, the ECOWAS Convention, the SADC Convention, these are all emanating from the UN program of action on small arms and light weapons.
Eugene Galim, thank you so much for coming on Hello Cameroon. I won't let you go without maybe asking a word of advice to parents. This is holiday, and there's going to be a lot of playing, a lot of parenting, a lot of all of that. What advice do you give parents regarding how to make their children to be less aggressive, less violent, and less tuned to
I think the advice I'll give to parents is parents, mind the kind of films that you allow your children to watch. Mind the kind of channels. You should be able to control, you should be able to censor. Don't just, children, sometimes when you give them the chance, you give them the liberty, they could get to levels that you can manage. So that is very important. If you're getting toys for your children, get them educative toys. A guitar, a football,
These are toys that could help children than getting toys that will build a culture of violence in the children.
Thank you very much for coming, Moki Edwin Kinzaga. Thank you so much for bringing Eugene Galim here.
You're welcome, Patsy.
And have a beautiful day ahead. Would you like some fruits? Should I give you an orange or a banana, anything? Haha, what would you like?
I think orange is good.
An orange?
Yeah, you choose
okay.
it for me.
Let me roll it for you.
Right,
Moki, would you like
a... right bouncer man will eat
Moki Edwin Kinzaga, thank you so much, though. I'll be looking forward to another moment with you on Thursday. Have a beautiful day ahead.
A better one for you.
All right. It's almost 8 o'clock, and Martin Nwendenge is right here for the news in the French language. We'll have a short transition. Just time for us to have Martin Nwendenge for the news.
With MTN Music Plus, enjoy the best of music. The songs of yesterday and today. Makossa, Bikutsi, Old School, Afro Trap, Hip Hop, Coupé Décalé, Dance Hall. Vibes from here and elsewhere, only on Music Plus. Download your favorite hits for much more fun. Just send music to 8400.
While the nation is in mourning and Catholic Christians are getting are trying to understand what happens to the bishop, and a musician went online and said very horrible things about the bishop. This musician is called Malox Levibert. What do you think about his comments? That's what we want to hear about on Thursday. Send us your comments by SMS and we'll read them on Thursday. But now it's 8 o'clock and Martin Nwendenge is here for the news in the French language.
Madame, Monsieur, bonjour. Mardi 6 juin 2017, bienvenue aux 8h. Nous sommes sur la CRTV. L'actualité de ce jour sera marquée par le début des épreuves du BEPC, le brevet d'études du premier cycle sur l'ensemble du territoire national. Sur les starting blocks, quelques milliers de candidats qui se penchent sur la première épreuve depuis quelques minutes déjà. Le BEPC francophone démarre un jour après le début hier du BEPC bilingue par les épreuves orales. Et puis, un congrès sur les donneurs bénévoles de sang s'ouvre ce matin au Palais polyvalent des sports de Yaoundé. L'objectif, inciter les gens aux dons réguliers de sang afin de sauver des vies, notamment ceux des victimes d'accidents de la route. Il y avait audience au Palais de l'Unité. Ce lundi, le président de la République, Paul Biya, recevait Nikolaï Ratsiborinski, l'ambassadeur de la Fédération de Russie au Cameroun. Au menu des échanges entre le chef de l'État et son hôte, la politique, l'économie et la sécurité. Le compte rendu d'audience est signé Yves Marc Mezzo.
C'est une lapalissade. Entre la Russie et le Cameroun, les liens sont étroits et les contacts permanents. L'audience accordée ce lundi par le président de la République, Paul Biya, à l'ambassadeur de la Fédération de Russie dans notre pays va donner l'opportunité une fois encore de s'en convaincre.
Son Excellence Nikolaï Ratsiborinski, ambassadeur de la Fédération de Russie.
Monsieur l'ambassadeur, bonjour.
Bonjour, Excellence. Vraiment, grand honneur. Pour moi, c'est grand honneur d'être à votre côté, vraiment. Merci.
Ce 5 juin 2017, au Palais de l'Unité, les entretiens entre le président Biya et son Excellence Nikolaï Ratsiborinski ont tourné autour de 3 principaux centres d'intérêt. L'économie, les questions liées à la politique intérieure et les préoccupations d'ordre sécuritaire. Ainsi, concernant le premier sujet, l'ambassadeur de Russie ne fait pas mystère de l'engagement renouvelé de son pays à se tenir aux côtés du Cameroun dans sa quête d'émergence. En rapport avec l'actualité nationale et notamment la crise anglophone, la Fédération de Russie félicite chaleureusement le président de la République pour sa gestion avisée de cette crise.
Mon gouvernement a, à travers moi, présenté ses félicitations à l'occasion des mesures très sages, très modérées, très compréhensibles, entreprises pour la solution vraiment civilisée de cette crise. Nous espérons que les citoyens camerounais anglophones partagent cette appréciation, que vraiment ce qui a été fait présente la solution durable, mais ce qui est important, la solution qui préserve la paix et la stabilité de votre pays est très importante dans cette région.
Concernant enfin la piraterie maritime et le crime organisé, la Russie, à travers son ambassadeur, envisage d'organiser, avec le concours des autorités camerounaises, des sessions de formation au profit de nos forces et des manœuvres militaires conjointes dans le golfe de Guinée.
Pour la Russie, ce facteur piraterie et grande criminalité organisée touche pas seulement la sécurité des pays riverains, mais aussi le commerce international, les communications. Et d'ici, au sein de notre coopération, nous considérons la possibilité de manœuvres conjointes avec la participation de navires russes dans cette région, formation des cadres, les deux, cadre national et aussi les cadres pour le centre interrégional de coordination.
C'est fort de cette convergence d'action et sans doute d'intérêt que l'ambassadeur Ratsiborinski va quitter le palais présidentiel.
Le Conseil des ministres et le comité de direction du pôle énergétique d'Afrique centrale tenaient une réunion extraordinaire ce lundi à Yaoundé. Entre autres sujets débattus, les projets énergétiques intégrateurs et la nécessité d'agir en commun pour accélérer la croissance dans ce secteur dans la sous-région Afrique centrale. D'autres détails avec Olivier Kingamoli.
L'Afrique centrale ambitionne de puiser dans le grand réservoir énergétique dont elle dispose pour accélérer la croissance. Un chantier qui devra s'appuyer sur un pilier majeur, l'électrification, qui sous-tend une politique énergétique communautaire adossée à d'importants projets qui doivent régler l'étape cruciale du financement.
Nous avons des grands projets aujourd'hui d'interconnexion électrique. Tous ces projets sont des projets à haute capitalistique qui demandent beaucoup d'argent et pour lesquels nous sollicitons donc nous allons solliciter non seulement donc comme le dit les partenaires traditionnels, mais aujourd'hui le secteur privé.
C'est l'enjeu essentiel de cette réunion extraordinaire conjointe du Conseil des ministres et du Conseil de direction du PEAC qui enregistre ici l'adhésion du Rwanda.
Les raisons qui nous ont poussé à réintégrer le PEAC, c'est l'échange énergétique. Nous, les pays africains, nous avons assez de ressources énergétiques, mais dans la plupart de nos pays, il y a où nous n'avons pas assez de ressources énergétiques et de là, il faut alors échanger ou bien aussi faire la synergie.
L'interconnexion des réseaux d'électrification au sein de la sous-région constitue alors une préoccupation importante du pôle. Et dans cette perspective, le Cameroun, fort de son potentiel, entend jouer un rôle central.
Notre ambition est d'être le moteur du développement de l'interconnexion au niveau de l'Afrique centrale. Très récemment, j'ai eu les pleins pouvoirs du chef de l'État pour signer des accords d'interconnexion avec le Nigeria, qui n'est peut-être pas de l'Afrique centrale, mais c'est important aussi, avec le Congo, le Tchad, la République centrafricaine. Nous attendons également les pleins pouvoirs pour signer un accord avec le Gabon.
Mais déjà, la rencontre de Yaoundé devra aboutir à des options techniques de réalisation et de financement des projets marchands. C'est ce qui intéresse les partenaires financiers.
Comme nous vous le disions à l'entame de ce journal, le brevet d'études du premier cycle bilingue a démarré hier par les épreuves orales. Les candidats bilingues se joignent donc à leurs camarades francophones pour le début des épreuves écrites ce mardi. Allons voir à Douala, avec ses 3 centres d'examen du BPC bilingue, comment s'est déroulée la première journée de ce côté-là. Et notre guide est Aboubacar Abo de Sierre-TV Littoral à Douala.
C'est le face-à-face entre les candidats au BPC bilingue session 2017 et les membres du jury dans les 3 centres d'examen de Douala. Ici et là, c'est la concentration. Au centre d'examen du lycée bilingue de Bonabéry, les candidats passent à tour de rôle devant les jurys. Tous sont sous bonne surveillance. Une seule épreuve est au programme, Oral Communication. L'exercice consiste à choisir un thème au hasard et d'en faire un exposé. Il est question d'apprécier la fluidité de la locution, la compréhension du sujet, l'assurance devant le jury. Le test dure 20 minutes pour chaque candidat. Le chrono est en marche.
Après ces examens oraux, je me sens très fière de moi. Je pense avoir fait de mon mieux et je sais que les jurys seront très fiers de moi, ont été très fiers de moi et m'ont bien noté.
Tout se déroule sans incident majeur. Les candidats composent dans de bonnes conditions.
L'examen se prépare. Les candidats ont pris connaissance des salles où ils doivent composer et les surveillants sont là, le jury est là. Pour ce matin, on parle de jury parce que les inspecteurs régionaux viennent de la délégation régionale et on leur associe des collègues qui doivent les aider à faire l'épreuve de oral communication. Et jusque-là, tout se passe très bien.
C'est presque le même scénario au lycée de Makepe, un autre centre du BEPC bilingue.
Nous avons enregistré 66 candidats, aucune absence. Ça se passe bien jusqu'à présent, aucun incident.
Les épreuves écrites, quant à elles, débutent ce mardi.
Nous allons souhaiter donc bonne chance à tous les candidats qui composent ce matin dans tout le Cameroun. À l'étranger, la menace terroriste s'invite à la campagne des législatives de ce jeudi au Royaume-Uni. Au Libéria, la présidente Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, qui assurait la présidence tournante de la CEDEAO, Communauté économique des États de l'Afrique de l'Ouest, a passé la main à son homologue togolais Faure Gnassingbé pendant le 51e sommet de cette institution qui s'est tenu ce dimanche au Libéria. D'autres détails de l'actualité internationale, c'est avec Alain Patrick Fouda.
51e sommet de la CEDEAO, Faure Gnassingbé élu nouveau président de l'organisation ouest-africaine. Le chef d'État togolais succède à son homologue libérienne, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Il hérite de dossiers brûlants, notamment la menace djihadiste qui pèse sur plusieurs pays tels le Mali, le Burkina Faso ou encore le Nigeria. Autre fait marquant de ce sommet, l'accord de principe qui marque la fin de l'étape politique de l'adhésion du Maroc à la CEDEAO. Une avancée qui s'est pourtant faite en l'absence du roi du Maroc. Mohamed VI a renoncé à se rendre au Libéria en raison de l'invitation adressée au Premier ministre israélien Benjamin Netanyahou. Au Royaume-Uni, le leadership de Theresa May mis en cause suite aux 3 attentats qui ont frappé le pays en 3 mois. Le chef de l'opposition travailliste, Jeremy Corbyn, réclame ce lundi la démission de la Première ministre. Il lui reproche d'avoir réduit de 14%, soit 20 000 personnes, les effectifs de la police, alors qu'elle était ministre de l'Intérieur entre 2010 et 2016. Un reproche qui n'est pas nouveau, car il date de l'attentat suicide de Manchester le 22 mai dernier. Theresa May justifie son choix par la nécessité de protéger les budgets de la police antiterroriste.
En sport, les responsables de l'Académie nationale de football ont été installés hier par le ministre des Sports et de l'Éducation civique, Bidounkpat. Issa Yatou, le président du conseil d'administration, et Karl Enongachou, le directeur général, ont pour mission de bâtir un moule de formation à l'excellence et structurer l'exercice du sport roi au Cameroun. Raphaël Lankoua passe en revue les défis qui attendent ces nouveaux dirigeants. Son reportage.
Provisoirement logé au 2e étage d'un des bâtiments du stade Amadou Ahidjo, l'administration de l'ANAFOOT devra se trouver plus grande face à l'avenir. Ceux qui ont pensé et conçu l'ANAFOOT sont allés au-delà d'un simple centre de formation pour jeunes footballeurs talentueux. Il faudra détecter ces talents sur l'ensemble du territoire national, ce qui suppose une collaboration étroite entre l'ANAFOOT, la direction technique nationale, les entraîneurs régionaux et départementaux et même les centres de formation. Ensuite, il est question de définir le modèle applicable, qui ne peut être que celui du sport-études, dont il faudrait élaborer le calendrier et définir les programmes de formation pour des résultats probants.
Ils doivent organiser, mettre en place toute une organisation pour la détection, la préformation, la formation et l'orientation des talents. C'est énorme.
Si le président Paul Biya a nommé des hommes, il leur revient dès à présent d'élaborer leur programme de travail, qui commencerait par l'adoption d'un organigramme, une tâche complexe au regard des missions dévolues à l'ANAFOOT.
Cette académie, à l'image de ce qui peut se passer à Clairefontaine pour la Fédération française de football, sera capable de garantir, on va dire, une sécurité et donc d'accompagner aussi l'aspect football des aspects études, qui est à mon avis très important parce qu'un footballeur ne peut pas, on va dire en soi, jouer au football sans préparer son avenir, et son avenir passe forcément par de la préparation entre guillemets intellectuelle et d'éducation de haut niveau.
Notre pays a tous les atouts pour faire de l'ANAFOOT une référence qui inspirerait d'autres pays. Le chantier est certes immense, mais il s'est réalisé peu à peu. La volonté politique s'est exprimée. La mise en œuvre technique est attendue.
Bon vent à la nouvelle équipe dirigeante de l'ANAFOOT. Madame, Messieurs, voilà qui vient mettre un terme aux 8 heures de ce mardi matin. Merci de l'avoir regardé. Prochaine édition de l'information sur la CRTV à 12 heures. Vous aurez certainement les premières images du démarrage du BEPC sur l'ensemble du territoire national. Bonne suite des programmes sur la CRTV et à demain.
Martin Nwendengue, also known as Mbombo, good morning again and thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
We'll see you again on Thursday.
See you.
Have a beautiful day.
Thank you, same to you.
But to help you go out laughing and jumping and being happy and having some kisheri, that's what I'm learning today on Hello Cameroon. This is a group of children you already know, Ghetto Kids, and the song they're singing, it's Let's Go. It's a song by Eddie Kenzo, none other but Eddie Kenzo. Just enjoy freestyle on Hello Cameroon.
Baby,
You just don't know. I mean, it was so much fun here in the studio. And there's a guy sitting on the set with me. We're discovering him. He's wearing suits. But a while ago, the suit was flying on his body, you know, when he was dancing with these kids. That are freestyle, because there's a freestyle we're preparing, myself, Myra, and this guy. That are freestyle, we'll give it to you one day. Don't worry. It's quite close, quite close. Myra, good morning.
Good morning, Pochi.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
How did you enjoy the guy with the suit? I mean, he was just flying.
I don't really want to deal with Titi this morning. Like,
Titi, what happened now? What did you do to Myra at night?
I don't care about Myra. I don't even know if she existed in the night or in the day. I don't care.
Not
All
that.
I know is that Myra is jealous. When
Okay.
Jealous of was what? Clapping, she was like making faces.
It's good that it's good. Let me tell you something. It's a good thing that you say you don't care about Myra. It's also a good thing that Myra says that she doesn't care about you, so that those your house who are home will have peace. Okay, Myra. So let's talk about lettuce, which has nothing to do with Titi. And then Titi will talk about jobs. We'll separate them. No fighting.
That has nothing to do with lettuce.
Fighting, you say.
So tell us about lettuce. But because you were talking about lettuce today, I felt like bringing pears.
Okay.
Because I don't know why.
It's a direct cousin, and the work.
Thank you.
They
Because I
go
was like
hand in glove.
I looked at this and I was like, I need to bring this to the set today.
Yes.
So
and
yeah.
I'm taking that away.
Oh, it has huge
I'm an
as
avocado freak.
somebody's head.
Everything you are a freak. Even banana.
No. Titi, hold your breath.
All right, Titi, this pistol like this is the referee. If you hear, okay, you watching us, if you hear, boom, something happened to Titi. Now Myra shoot.
Okay, I'm going. Scientifically, they are known as Lactuca sativa, and they were cultivated first by Egyptians over 2,000 years ago, and they used the seeds for oil production and used the leaves as vegetables, of course. And the plant had a lot of cultural and religious belief and was considered to be sacred by the Egyptians at the time. But the 16th and 18th century saw a new development in agriculture and research and findings that finally came with cross-pollinating two or more subspecies to bring about the variety that we have today. It was only later on that Europe got interested in the cultivation, as well as the Greeks and the Romans. During the medieval times, Europe was one of those places where they carry out a lot of medical research to find out the values of the medicinal values of lettuce, and they registered a lot of successes in the domains of blood pressure, loss of appetite, and insomnia. Now, at that time, again, it was really prescribed as a tonic for people with digestive and intestinal problems, but above all, it was used to calm sexual urges. What?
Okay.
All right, as well, lettuce was used
like who was worried about sexual urges?
I don't know. Somebody closed his ears when I said sexual urges. And
all right,
I really don't know why
it's not me. So since we're three of us on the set, so all right, go girl.
It was used to produce nasal drops, sedatives, and it became very, very, very popular and spread to the rest of the world: Asia, South America, Australia, and even North America. Anti-inflammatory properties is definitely one of the things that it comes with, and it responds and has significant controlling power over cases that are induced by biocatalysts. And then nutritionally, it is really healthy and rich because it contains moisture, energy, proteins, fats, carbohydrates, dietary fiber, calcium, iron, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, and they come as well with vitamins like B6, vitamin C for your stronger immune system, vitamin A for good eye health, vitamin E, which is a skin rebuilder, and the very, very, very scarce vitamin K that you don't get to see every day. Now, I'll tell you a story. Neurons are brain cells that are physically connected in order to build up a life memory. And when these cells die, you either, when they're dying out, you either catch Alzheimer's disease or you get into a complete loss of memory. But scientists are saying that if you're consuming lettuce, if you're eating them, it can really help you along the line, because they come with what we call glucose serum deprivation, which really works and helps in cases of neurodegenerative diseases. Now, how about thinking you reduce your cholesterol levels and get all the bad LDL out of your system? This is something you should be eating as well to induce sleep. Could you ever imagine that lettuce will help you sleep?
No, and I'm still listening very carefully because you keep naming the things, and is it just the lettuce I know and I say in the market?
Yeah, it's just the lettuce you know. So I was so amazed when I saw all of this, and I was like, I thought this was just a vegetable like any other. But now I realize that it's a super vegetable. And you would be surprised that ancient Egyptians had realized this long ago, that the extracts come with a depressant chemical that is very significant in sedative effects, and it will help to reduce ventricular contractions and will definitely decrease your heart rate. So it's really good to fight insomnia, and this is something that a lot of people around don't know. You look at it like just a normal vegetable, but it goes a long way. Take it like a medicine, a healthy medicine, and you're eating it at the same time. I think it's great.
With far less secondary effects than the other.
Far less. I haven't really seen any. And it's also very rich in antioxidants. And without antioxidants, which are biochemicals that are found in our foods, you would be having a lot of problems with your tissues, with your cells, and even the DNA in them. So sometimes when you don't have these antioxidants to push out these free radicals that can cause you these diseases, you can even have some of your healthy cells mutate into cancerous cells. So it's really important that we look at it. It's also very, very rich in fighting microbacteria, because it comes with something that is called latex that kills out the yeast and kills out those microbacteria in your system. Did you ever know you could control anxiety by eating lettuce?
Why are you looking at Titi as you speak? Is it?
This guy is so hyper at times, and I think that he needs to be eating some of these green veggies.
He doesn't care about you.
What kind of anxiety are you talking about?
Chill, Titi. Let me get done and over with. All right?
Cannot bring that down.
They say we can use lettuce to control anxiety because it comes with anxiolytic properties. And this is something that the medieval period also saw, and scientists today are confirming. Now, the long and short of the whole story is, as you go to the market this morning to fill your panier du ménager, it is not expensive. Would you imagine the amount of lettuce that you will have for about 200 francs only? It fills the whole place, and you can consume that for a whole week. And just imagine the list of things that I gave you that is good for
the endless lists of values.
So I think that it's all about working past those fatty stalls, staying away from the sugary counters, eating all the fresh fruits and the vegetables, exercise, drink water. I'm out.
In fact, stay with Hello Cameroon and you will never look at your fruits and vegetables the same way, because I'm sure a number of you are looking at your lettuce today. I'm like,
and you're like, really?
Maybe I'm loving you, or maybe I'm beginning to fall in love.
I actually put it on Facebook yesterday, last night, and somebody wrote, I'm very sure that after today, lettuce will become very scarce in the market.
The price might have even doubled. But don't double them now. Just double them after like 11 o'clock. By that time, Pochi and Mara and Titi might have gone there, because they say it's good to reduce what did you say? Excitement?
Yeah, anxiety.
And anxiety.
I don't eat such things. I don't.
Can I say good morning to someone?
Please do.
Good morning to you, Priestley. He is always commenting and making me laugh. And he wrote like, why would a vegetable bring down sexual urge?
Okay, that's what he got.
And I was like, is it the only thing you saw?
Okay, that's what he saw. Well, I forgot that part though. Very important, Priestley. Good morning to you. But now, before you go eating healthy, you need to be able to, even if it's 25 francs, to pay for that vegetable.
It's expensive to eat healthy.
And if you dare go out of Cameroon, please stay in Cameroon, don't go abroad. If you dare go abroad, you use all your salary only to eat bio.
One thing I would like to remind Myra is that next time, before she comes up with these things, let her test them herself. Let her try first to have first-hand information. Like the question that guy asked. How would eating lettuce reduce somebody's sexual urge?
You're still on that one.
No, that is when you're hyper, babe. That's when you're hyper. That's when
you're
want to go 4 or 5 times
first on your own. Right. It increases anxiety. Then on the contrary, it reduces
it controls anxiety.
3, 2, 1. I'm gonna hear
what does it do to anxiety? Does it increase or reduce anxiety?
Anxiety problems are really serious these days, and it could lead to depression.
Hello.
And consuming lettuce, my friend.
Should I give
you? Can you relate that to the question they asked you?
Beauty,
anxiety.
For the love of the sound engineer, we're not going to hit this.
Has got nothing to do with anxiety. Titi,
I didn't know that.
You come on that next time. Put you.
I didn't know.
We are just stubborn students.
I didn't know that.
And she's the
Stop being a
when I saw the lettuce, when I saw Mara preparing,
I will need to wipe my face.
Preparing for the lettuce,
the kind of vegetable that
I didn't know that it would be so exciting. Mara, please, on Thursday, bring us some lettuce so that we should calm Titi down.
He needs it. He's too
because it looks like he's not only excited up, he's also getting excited down.
Yeah, up
and very soon we will be in trouble here. So please, can you quickly give us the job? No, truly. I mean, you watching us, you're so lucky. You're not on the set right now. Titi, please give us jobs.
Okay, good morning. We're starting with Price Waterhouse Corporation in Cameroon. That is an international non-governmental organization that operates in about 154 countries in Africa. In Cameroon, they are looking for a human capital officer who will be in charge of their Cameroon at the office in Central African sub-region. Your domain will be Cameroon, Chad, and Equatorial Guinea. Now, when they talk of human capital officer, this is somebody who's going to work in assisting in the management or in the running of the NGOs projects in this country. You're going to work closely with the director, the country director, and of course the focal points to make sure that the objectives which will be ascribed, or let's say which will be explained to you, and the job description which will be yours is perfectly respected or followed. Now, here you must have a degree in a field related to business. You must have a degree in law and a good mastery of labor law. You also probably may have a degree in human capital, and you must be bilingual, because you're going to be working, like I say, in Cameroon, Chad, and Equatorial Guinea. For the documents, you need just a curriculum vitae and a cover letter. Your cover letter must contain your CV must contain some references, people who act like referees, or those who attest to your aptitude or your qualification for the job, while the cover letter is addressed to the regional director of Price Waterhouse Corporation, Cameroon. Now, you send this to the email address you find on the screen. It's the first email contact on the screen. It's recruit.hro@cmpwc.com. Just go close your screen and copy that out. As you may want to go about applying. You just send your CV and a cover letter addressed to the regional director of Price Water Corporation, Cameroon. Deadline is June the 7th. So you probably have a day, 24 hours, or a little bit higher than that to do that. Now we go to Douala, where the American School of Douala is needing teachers. They want teachers to teach the nursery section, and also teachers to teach French. You don't necessarily need to be a francophone to teach French. You just need to have a mastery of the language. You just need to actually be a teacher of French, not a francophone, to be able to teach. And here they say you must have a university degree, and of course a certificate that sanctions your training as a teacher. So after your degree, you must have been enrolled in to a teacher's training college to have a certificate that shows that you can teach. That's for those who have a degree. For those who have just their A-levels, if you have been teaching before, you need to have 5 years of experience as a teacher. They say teachers to teach French, and you need to have that qualification to do the language, to teach. Now, what you need is a CV, and of course, names and contacts of 3 referees if you have taught before, or if you have people who can back up your claim for the job, you have to include them in your application file. Now, you either go and drop your file at the office of the American School in Douala, which of course is at Carrefour Independence in Bonapriso in Douala, or you may just have to call the numbers you find on the screen. There are 2 numbers. You can just get one of those numbers and call. They will give you detailed information on the vacancy. I didn't get the email contact before, that's why you can't have it there. But for those who are not in Douala, who need to send by mail, I may just have to read this to you. It's ASD, which stands for American School of Douala. That's ASD in lowercase at asddouala.com. ASD@asddouala.com. That's where you send your CV with real reference. Now, we stay with the America, let's say the word America, but we're coming to Douala, to Yaoundé. Precisely, we're going to Nkomkana, where New Look American Fashion Beauty Shop. New Look American Fashion Beauty Shop in Nkomkana is looking for qualified hairdressers. 4 of you who have the luck to pick up that job with them would have to earn a salary that will go up to 100,000 francs. But you must be qualified. You must know all the various styles and all what he has to take with hair, do, torsade, match, and all the like. Now,
are you venturing into that?
I'm not venturing. I'm just giving the information. Don't be surprised. I know it anyways. So you just have to call the number you find on the screen. It's 677-656-002, 677-656-002, or 699-362-103, 699-362-103. Go close to your screen, copy the contacts, and call the number for New Look American Fashion Beauty in Nkomkana here in Yaoundé. Now, Société Générale, this is banking now in Douala. They are looking for a worker with their customer service department. You may either have to work at the pay counters as a cashier, or you may be ascribed other functions that have to do with customer service with the bank. You need to have a diploma or a degree in banking and finance, accounting or management, any of those fields. That's if you have a degree. If you have a diploma, it must also go in that line. You just have to send your CV to the email address you find on the screen. It's the last but one contact that you find on the line. It is recruitment.societegenerale.cameroon@socgen.com. I can't spell that out to you. Just go close to your screen, copy the last but one. I'll have this also on my Facebook page so that you can get all of that. Now, we are ending with the Canadian High Commission to Cameroon. They're looking for an administrative assistant or a community assistant. You probably need to, have a mastery in computer software programs because you're going to assist in administrative projects and, of course, some projects that they carry out in favor of local communities in Cameroon. So they say the assistant must have a university degree in any domain anyways, but the essential is that you must master computer programs, and if you have just your A-levels, just like with the other job, you must have experience working as an administrative assistant in any recognized organization, be it government or private. So what you do is you go online, take the last link, www.wfca-tpce.com. That's what you find on the screen, the last contact. Copy that out. Go on your search machine, click that, and press on the search button. You have all what I'm talking about on the job from the Canadian High Commission to Cameroon displayed to you. You follow the steps, and you send just your CV online for the job. So, good luck. You have details in the course of the day on my Facebook page. We're sure hoping that you'll come back and testify.
Thank you very much, Bill TT. In a short while, we'll be talking about food. This is my breakfast. A few people have been looking at this. Moki Edwin was like Pochi, and Myra was like, so let me secure.
Like the head of a new bar.
You can call it anything, okay? Don't worry. Titi, I'm giving you 2 bananas. You give the other one to who you like. But Myra does not have a banana. Okay, thank you. So you might want to give.
Thank you. Thank you. We will just share the avocado
Myra out of the picture. Out of this picture.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. We'll be back here again, the 3 of us, on Thursday, right?
Yes.
Okay. Meantime, have a beautiful day. It's the start of the day. Grab the best part. Let's go meet a lady whose birthday is today. Therese Tande is 1 year older today. Happy birthday to you.
Happy B-Day.
Yeah, and she's the one giving us cooking on Hello Cameroon today. So please enjoy a delicious meal from a girl who was born today.
episode of Cooking with Terra is coming to you from Chicago. A lot of people have asked me about healthy breakfast menus. Eggs are my favorites. Not only are they easy to make, but they are loaded with high-quality protein, vitamins, minerals, good fat, and other nutrients. They also help to reduce the risk of heart disease. They boost your immune system. They keep you fuller and energized, and are also good for weight loss. We will be making egg muffins today. Let's come back and find out what's going to be in our egg muffin and how we're going to go about the process. For our oven-baked muffins, we will need eggs. We will also need onion, red pepper, habanero hot pepper, that's optional, a pinch of salt to taste, some white pepper, green pepper, mushrooms, about 2 or less tablespoons of peanut oil, spinach. You can substitute with any vegetable of your choice. And we will also need a muffin oven tray pan and a little bit of Pam to spray our muffin oven tray pan with. Let's come back and talk about the process. Preheat your oven at 360 degrees. As you can see, my oven is going already. Then saute all your vegetables. Once we saute our vegetables, we'll do that for about 2 to 3 minutes. Once that's done, we'll then line it up in our muffin pan. Then we'll pour in our egg and bake for about 20 to 30 minutes. Let's come back and get cooking. Warm up your oil and add your vegetables. Add a pinch of salt to taste. I'm going to add a little bit of hot habanero hot pepper because I love my foods hot, spicy. Then we're going to add a little bit of white pepper. Bring all of that together and let that saute for about 2 to 3 minutes. If you want to add about a quarter of a bouillon cube, that's fine, but it's not needed. Let that saute for about 2 to 3 minutes and then we place it in our muffin can. This is what our veggies look like at this point. We will now line them in our muffin pan and then add our whisked eggs. Then we'll put it in the oven and bake for about 20 to 30 minutes. Let's get going. Spray your muffin pan. And add your sauteed vegetables about halfway into your pan. Now we'll add our whisked egg. We are all done. It's time to put it in the oven and bake for about 20 to 30 minutes. This is what our muffins look like. We are all done. Let's come back and serve. We are all done. Today we made baked egg muffins with vegetables. Remember, eggs are loaded with high quality proteins, minerals, vitamins, good fats, and other nutrients. Let's take look at our dish. That sure looks very colorful. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at Cooking with Therese, on Instagram at Cooking with Therese, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also check our non-profit organization, Wholesome Health Promotion, for updates. Remember, eating healthy does not have to be boring. Bye-bye and see you next time.
Bye-bye, Therese, and enjoy your day today. You know what we say on Hello Cameroon, right? Grab the day, hold it tight, and paint it the color you want. Because at midnight, it will be another person's color. And we all will have to bow because that will be the person's day. All right, let's take a moment of advertisement before we discover two gentlemen who join us here on the set for a moment of color.
Rien n'est plus agréable que de préparer des pâtes ensemble, avec des ingrédients frais, une bonne sauce faite maison. Les spaghettis et macaronis Broly, fabriqués à partir du meilleur blé dur, plein de nutriments et fibres pour une meilleure digestion. Les pâtes Broly sont prêtes en moins de 7 minutes et ne collent pas. Choisissez les pâtes Broly, les pâtes fines et délicieuses qui ne collent pas.
Broly, la passion de bien nourrir.
Welcome back on Hello Cameroon. This is the moment when I introduce to you a talent in culture, somebody who is, he sings, but he's more than just a singer. He also is a painter, an actor, and a comedian. But for today, he has come to tell us about his singing career, and he's come with a brother in music, somebody who's been here on the program before. Please let's welcome Carrie. His full name is Tracy Carrie Zantespi, but let's call him Carrie. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Welcome on the program.
Yeah, thank you.
You're here with a fellow musician who is somebody we've had on the program before, Sesha. Good morning, Sesha.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine.
Welcome back.
It's a pleasure.
All right. Tell me about let's talk about Carrie. Carrie, tell me about your kind of music. How do you define the kind of music you do?
Actually, I just dwell in music. I do all brand of music, I can say.
Types.
Yeah, because I don't have, I do reggae, I do soul, I do like Afro hip hop, R&B, so I'm
when
just rolling.
When you sit to sing, what inspires you? What are some of those things that hit you inside?
I think the condition we're in, let me take it at the direction of a Rastaman. Like, they're always so strange. So I need to express who I am, really. So people should know a Rastaman is not the person that you look at him and you think is like a dreadlocks man, this guy. He might
like
be
a guy who smokes
person.
something. Let me not call the name. All right. And as an artist, what are some of the challenges that you face?
Like me, I'm multi-talented, so I think time schedule too, it's really something. And how to work out with
You need 25
everything.
hours a day?
I need even 48. Maybe if I can, at this time of the day,
In a
to be
day.
48 hours, I'll be very happy.
Okay.
But nature
But that's
cannot
not going to
accept
happen.
that.
So deal with it. Let's talk about a word for, do you have a word for younger artists, people
Yeah,
who look
actually,
like upon people like
yeah,
you?
because actually down in Bamenda, we have an art gallery called the Spear Arts Cultural Center.
Okay.
So I have many guys who usually come around, but I don't know how I can go about to promote these guys.
Okay.
So a word for them is, let they stay strong. I'm up to the task.
Okay.
I will make them to be known.
You'll keep trying.
I'll keep trying.
Okay. Yeah. But you just talked about Bamenda, and you told me behind the scenes that you are from Mbem?
From Mbem, yeah.
How do you say good morning, or how do you greet when you wake up in Mbem?
We sava.
We sava.
Yeah, we sava. It means, how are you?
All right.
Yes.
And how do you answer? Wichububonga, is the day good?
Are you good?
Are you good?
Yes.
Okay. If you're watching us from Ben, we sava.
Sava. Yes.
Okay. Is the day good?
Yelanga.
Yelanga.
You got it.
Well, I'm dying to listen to something that you can do for us.
Yeah, cool.
I think that's why you brought Sasha, who is going to be your drummer on the set today.
Yeah. So we actually in a group. So, but we just came 2 members today, the Melting Age crew.
Okay.
So we dwell in everything. Today we can have a concert. Tomorrow we can do comedy.
Do you want to name some of the members of your group for us?
Yeah, Lioman. I know Lioman is really known here in Yaoundé with the rubber dub dance. Yeah, and there's Damian.
Damian, who's been here.
Damian, yeah. And there's DJ Kenny and Senseman.
Okay, Senseman.
Yeah, Senseman.
Hello to the full team out there.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to propose for us today?
So, I would like to do I'll do one of my songs called I Can.
I Can.
Yeah.
All right.
So, it talks about life and struggles and things that don't look me a type.
All right.
So,
there we go.
And I don't know what you're thinking when I pass by. It's like 20 people up in my head all time. And I don't know what you say when I just smile. It's like, look at that boy, he's got one shirt on every day. And I don't know what you say when things are fine. It's like everybody's trying to talk to me now. But I say, I know the life will change and everything will never be the same. And you know I can. Should have been that life is great and everybody got a smile on their face. You know I can. Whoa, whoa. Should have been that we walk together. We can build a better and a stronger frame. You know we can. Shibida bongo, eh. Da bongo, yeah. Shibida ongo, eh. Shubi papi wango, eh. Shibida ongo, eh. Da ongo, yeah. Shibida ongo, eh. Shubi papi wango, eh. Should have been that life is sweet and everybody got a pretty smile up on them face. Never think that life is clean, cause you might take a shower 3 times a day. Now I know that I'm okay, cause every day me go down on my knees and pray. Oh, I know the life was great and everybody will never feel the same. You know I can. Oh yeah. Should have been that life is great and everybody got a smile on their face. You know I can. Oh. Should have been that we walk together. We can build a better and a stronger frame. You know we can. Da bongo, eh. Da bongo, eh. Da bongo, eh. Shubi papi wango, eh. Shubi da ongo, eh. Da ongo, eh. Da bongo, shubi papi wango.
Yeah, I mean, this is once in a while on Hello Cameroon, we do have this live band. They're actually a team of more than 2, but we were able to have the 2 of them here give you live entertainment at this hour of the day to help you start your day on the great foot. Okay, well, if you want to know more about Kari Zante, check him on Facebook. He's called Kari Zante Arts. Or you might want to check out his group, the whole group. The group is called Melting Age Band, and you'll see all the faces behind the team. Thank you very much for coming, Kari.
You're welcome.
Sasha, thank you for coming back. And enjoy your day.
No, same to you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a short transition, probably, before we give you your appointments on the CRTV, the programs that we absolutely want you to watch. going to have that short transition. I'm going to have Ruth NJ, who is going to join me on the set here immediately. Oh, well, it looks like that commitment video finally is here. This is our moment when we stand like this. Here, we'll go.
Parce que l'info n'attend pas. We bring it to you firsthand. Because your life is dynamic.
Nous nous adaptons à vos attentes.
Parce que vous méritez ce qu'il y a de mieux. We are up to date with technology.
Parce que vous êtes mobile.
We bring the news to you wherever you are.
Parce que vous êtes notre miroir, nous vous montrerons le monde like you've never seen it before.
Parce que vos victoires sont les nôtres.
We are on all fronts.
Because you are precious.
En 2017, partageons ce que nous avons de mieux.
CRTV, au cœur de la nation.
CRTV, the heart of the nation, and promising to serve you only better as the days go by. You'll see, don't worry. If you're one of those Thomases we have around, it's okay. Be a perfect Thomas. We will get to you. Talking about getting better, though, and doing our job better, we want you to watch some of our programs. We absolutely want it. That's why Ruth NJ is right here to give you the time and a little bit of information about them. Morning, Ruth. How are you? Are you out of the cold? Because it's...
No, I'm actually not. It's a very chilly morning, and I feel like just staying in bed with socks on and
I'll get you a blanket
cover
after this.
and drinking warm tea. That's how I feel this morning. A bit in of bed, cuddling,
right?
you know.
This is when we need that kind. Those men, those ones now who serve us breakfast in the bed.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we'll do that for a night program. Let's.
Dream.
Tell us what's on CRTV.
Okay. Good morning, CRTV faithfuls, and welcome to Hello Cameroon. Today is another time for rendezvous, and at 10 a.m. you'll be having your Health Watch magazine. And this time they are talking about our hands. Our hands are a very exposed part of our body, and that notwithstanding, they are always in contact with all kinds of dirt, all kinds of germs. So what Health Watch is trying to tell us today is that we should always wash them. And I bet you there's a way of washing those hands, and you want to find out. And then at 11 a.m., of course, is our everyday rendezvous from Mondays to Thursdays on CRTV. That's Follow Me with Priscilla Nguafon and Eliana Bissong. Of course, they're having a panel of guests. Yesterday, they were talking about the environment because it was World Environment Day. Today, they are talking about something different. I'm not going to disclose that right here, but I want you to keep that rendezvous and follow those girls. If you can't catch up with them, or if you want to catch up with them at the same time watching and commenting, you just join them on Follow Me CRTV. That's their Facebook page. And then 3 p.m., you know, when fashion, discovery and music is in one pot. You know.
I see the melange.
Yes.
Very colorful.
Very, very colorful.
That's what's happening on CRTV later today.
Yes, that's at 3 p.m. on Africulture. You want to watch that because there's a lot of discovery, there's a lot of fashion. You know, our fashion industry is really growing today.
It is.
We have designers here and there, and the Ankara is also going places.
Definitely.
And yes, our Togo, not to forget that, is also going places. Kibona is doing things and things with it. That's at 3 p.m. on Africulture, fashion, music, and discovery. And then 6:30 p.m.
This day, how is your day like on the CRTV? Wrap it up with us at 6:30.
And you want to find out the current news. Malox just did something on the internet.
Oh, he did.
That's a this day topic, of course.
Oh, he did.
The other day they were talking about #Epierre.
Okay.
No
and
comment?
They just moved from Epierre to Malox. Please, I hope there wouldn't be another. So we can have a breather, you know, we can breathe in between.
Please, let's breathe. Let's breathe. So on this day, there is fun, there is a proverb of the day, and there is, of course, what you're thinking. What's up on this day? That's at 6:30 p.m. And, of course, at 9 p.m. rendezvous. That's Say Politique with Amy Robebina. That's a strong one there. Political minds, just keep the time, keep the rendezvous.
Giving you political punchline on the CRTV.
Yes, it's at 9 p.m. on CRTV. But I'll be leaving you with this word: stay classy with the CRTV.
Please stay classy and stay informed. Yes, at 6:30 on the CRTV, the team will be talking about this day, and this day will focus on what Malok said. And I will repeat what Malok said. But if you haven't heard, go on Facebook or on any social media, get connected and send us your comments. We're also receiving comments because on Thursday on Hello Cameroon, we'll be reading your comments on what he said. It was so big what he did. Our number is 66303-9233 so that we can talk a little bit more about ourselves. And as Ruth was just saying, you move from Epierre now to Malox. And I hope we'll move from that to air, space, fresh air. And before we move, before we have another. Bye-bye and see you on Thursday. Beautiful day ahead for you.